My name is China. Welcome to another episode of the Mandem's Voice.
Hey, boom, boom.
Guys, if this is the first time that you're watching, I thank you for watching the show. Could you please like the video? You subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an upload. Turn notification bell so you're the first person to know when we drop our content, and also drop comments because I always read the comments. And if you're really in your bag, then please hit the $sign and support the channel. So, guys, we have a very, 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 very special show today. You can see me with my guest here. So, on the left-hand side of me, we have Karishma. And Karishma, can you tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself and why you're here today?
Okay, so my name's Karishma Lekraz.
Just speak to the mic a bit. Yeah.
Karishma Lekraz.
Yeah.
I'm a eczema and topical steroid withdrawal advocate, and also part-time model and freelance makeup artist.
Okay, cool. Can you please talk to us about the eczema and the topical? Can you explain that? Can you say that again, please?
Eczema and topical steroid withdrawal.
What is that for the people that don't know?
So topical steroid withdrawal is literally the process of weaning yourself off of steroid creams that are prescribed to you from GPs, dermatologists, the professionals, to help you control your eczema.
Yeah.
But for a lot of us, the long-term effects when we're weaning off of them ends up in topical steroid withdrawal.
Okay.
Which is a lot of oozing, cracking, bleeding, flaking skin that is like probably 10 times fold, right, than what we get with eczema.
Proper.
Mm.
So something that was supposed to help us manage it ended up giving us a whole different condition.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, Krish is actually my top mod from TikTok, and I didn't actually know she had a skin condition initially, but it was because I followed her content and I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, but I couldn't see it through socials. Like, how did you get, because the images that you had there were so graphic and they looked really bad, but I was looking at you, I was like, hold on, how is this the same girl? And she explained that you went on a whole journey and then you kind of, I don't know, you found things that worked for you. So because of that and all the help that she's giving me on TikTok and always moderating the chat and the trolls, I wanted to give her an opportunity to speak about her condition, and not just her condition, because I also saw from your social media that she had a network of people and friends and other people that was going through stuff as well. So I just said to her, I would love to have you on the show. So this show is literally about her condition, and not just her condition, others as well. And they go into thousands of people, and we want to highlight a little bit more. So thank you very much. On the left hand side of Chris, we have
my name's Jitesh, or you can call me Jay, whatever sounds cooler.
Jitesh Jay. I'll call you Jay.
Call me Jay.
Yeah.
And I've had eczema since birth. And it was about, I think, 4 years ago when I decided that I wanted to try and.
So Jay, can you, for people that may not know, what is eczema?
What is eczema? So eczema is like a chronic skin condition that it can be affected by many factors. That's why it's difficult to treat. So it could be environmental factors such as, dust, pet allergies,
water,
food, even clothes can be irritating. Stress is a big one.
Yeah, stress.
Just general day-to-day lifestyle stress. So there's so many things that can imbalance your skin. Basically, it breaks up like the defensive barrier of your skin. So the oils that a normal person has to protect it, you generally are weaker. So you're trying to protect that. And so environmental factors get in quicker, so prone to get more infections and things like that. So eczema is a chronic skin condition. It can be, there's a range of it as well. People, you can have severe atopic eczema, like scientifically, or you can have like mild eczema. So it varies through person to person. At its most severe case, I've had it and I still feel like I have it. It can be debilitating, almost like a disability, which is unrecognized a lot of the times, but it can be physically debilitating. For example, the last 2 days I've been in bed all day, not being able to move because
of eczema.
Seriously, the sheer pain I've had on my neck, on my arms, like where I work right now, I have to do delivery stuff, and lifting the crates up, I couldn't even lift my arms up because of like how badly my underarms are like broken up. And people at work don't understand this. I just can't get on with it. But that's how. So it's tough. Like it's tough in many areas. Like work stuff. You want to not tell these things because it's led me to being losing my job many times. So eczema is chronic.
Chronic. Is it a recognized disability?
It's beginning to be. I don't know. Is it? No,
No.
I don't even actually know if it is or
I
not.
think it's
To be
still
honest.
No,
quite
it's
difficult.
not.
Yeah,
It's
no.
Yeah.
No.
Because it sounds like well, you know what I mean. It sounds like if something is stopping you from getting out of bed and you can't move, and you know it's restricting you. I think I've known people to have eczema in school, but it was always like I think there's a few people that had it bad. I think, but it was mostly light on elbows. You know, like little
Back
bits.
and knees and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was never, and it would always go with aqueous cream and other stuff.
Yeah.
I think even my sister had like eczema.
E45.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Because my sister had like,
It's true.
well, I think a lot of people have it. I'm not saying a lot of people, but I think a lot of people growing up and you had eczema, but then they end up going.
So I think the stats are 1 in 10
Yeah.
people
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
have eczema, which is, when you really think about it, actually a pretty big number.
Yeah, quite a lot of people.
So
Yeah.
there's always gonna, if it's not you, you're gonna have at least someone in your
Circle, yeah.
whether
Yeah.
it's family, friends, work. There's gonna be someone there that's suffering with it.
So to the right hand side of me, who do we have over here?
So yeah, I'm Harriet,
to meet
also
you,
known as Harry.
Harry.
And yeah, similar to Jitesh, had eczema ever since I've been born. So alongside kind of the skin influencing stuff that I do, I'm a founder. So I've got a maternity counselling service that I run, and I'm also part of the Women's Equality Party. I'm actually the deputy of the Women's Equality Party. So
Let's give it.
Come on.
So, what is the deputy of the women's? What did you say? Women's
I'm the deputy
Equality.
of the Women's Equality Party.
Okay, what does the Women's Equality Party do?
So the Women's Equality Party, essentially we try and push policies related to women. So that doesn't necessarily mean that we discriminate or we're trying to stop men pushing for things that are important to them. But let's be real, for example, childcare, it's not a women's matter. It affects all of us. But unfortunately, the buck always ends with women. And the reason why we've made it, I wasn't the founder, but the reason why we've kind of pushed it and called it the women's.
Why do you think the buck always ends with women?
I think it's a society perspective. I think in society, people see, for a number of reasons, people have seen the women as the kind of person that should stay at home. But let's be real, like since we've kind of, I say get our rights, quotation marks, we've got our rights. Women do not just stay at home. We go to work. We do all sorts of different bits and pieces with our lives. So we can't just kind of expect women to rear children. And on top of that, rearing of children should be for both parties. So both men and the women or whoever parties get involved with making those children.
Do you think that women really want men to rear the children? Do you think that?
This, for me, I'm pro-choice. So whether it's two women making children or creating a family or household, whether it's two men, so I'm not gonna get caught in them things there.
Two women can't make a child.
Well, two women can create a household, yeah, and rear children. So I'm not gonna get caught in the politics.
No, it wasn't politics. I just had to make it clear. I just had to make it clear that two women cannot make a child.
Yeah. So whatever the household is, whether you're single parent, for example, whatever that looks like, I feel like it's important for whoever's in that household or whoever has decided or agreed to make those children or to create that household, if that makes it easier for those, more palatable for people to understand, should step up and do what they're supposed to do.
Don't you think that a two-parent household would be the better scenario than promoting initiatives that promote a single motherhood or a single parent home? Because statistically, when you take the father out of the home, you place your child at a statistical disadvantage.
Of course,
you do realize that.
This is the thing. I'm not necessarily against. I'm not pro or against single parenthood. I'm a single parent myself. I've got a 13-year-old. So I'm not here saying, yes, because I'm a single parent, everyone should be single parents. Not necessarily, but I'm here for, I'm not here for promoting absent parenthood. So if you are going to be a parent, you need to be active in your children's rearing. So if you're not, in my opinion, because I've experienced it, like I said, I've got a 13-year-old. If you mentally or whatever your issue is as to why you can't be a parent, I think it is for the child's benefit, not for my benefit, that you that
from it.
that you kind of step away from it. And that's not me saying that men should not be, because I don't want people to kind of misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not saying men should not be involved, because I had the statistics say, oh, if you become a single parent because you were brought up in a single parent household. No, I wasn't. My parents were together for 30 years, so it doesn't necessarily mean you just fall into those statistics. But my dad was present in my life, not just there as an African man, but generally present in my life.
Was you married to your partner?
I wasn't married to my child's dad, no.
Okay.
I just wanted to add that this can't be like to the point you said that you need two parents, but I've had an experience where having like two parents, it sometimes is it felt like you're one person not present, but you still only have one. So, and then I've seen people seen men. So I've always looked at other men around me to sort of guide me, but then I've seen kids who've been reared with single parents who come out much stronger because they found that fight in them for themselves, because they had to do that because they saw their mum, for example.
I don't think
so. It's not always better to have two if they're not right.
I don't think this is about saying that. No, I've got lots of friends that were raised by single mothers and they're incredible people and they're going to do amazing things. So this is not about saying that you can't achieve being a single mother. No, of course not. No. But what this is about is speaking about what is the best outcome. And statistically speaking, a two-parent outcome is always going to be the best outcome, because you have two people.
You have the yin and the yang.
So you have two incomes. Already you have two incomes. You could be making 20 grand and the other person making 20 grand. That's still 40 grand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? In
the ideal scenario, yeah.
Yeah, so you have two incomes already, right? So, childcare is one of the biggest costs to women. So, you want to go to work. Yeah, but now you need to pay for childcare. The cost of childcare is expensive, so now it starts to outweigh the work. Now you get caught in the benefits trap where you want to work, but you can't work, and you get penalized for working. I don't think, I think when we speak about single motherhood, I think a lot of times it's sold as a Disney fairy tale, and not a lot of people are honest to women how hard it's going to be or what it's going to be like to raise a child by yourself. So when I just speak, I just always try to put a bit of balance, because I think we have a job to kind of guide the next generation and other people to say, listen, you can pick whoever you want and do whatever you want, but there tends to be decisions that tend to breed similar outcomes, and then those outcomes are some of the scenarios that we get right now. So it's not about, it's just that it's I'm very much for the family. I'm an advocate for men's rights, of course, but at the same time, the man is not by himself. He's, the woman and the family. So, I don't believe no man is an island. So
I think I'm just here for positive families and positive outcomes. Do you understand? So whether it's, I also have I've got fathers that are single parents as well. Do you understand? It's not also like making it seem like it's only single mothers. Like obviously, I know that's statistically and in the media, we only, for whatever reason, well, I know the reason, but we tend to hear about single motherhood. There's also single fatherhood, regrettably or not regrettably, whatever way you want to see it. But I'm just here about positive outcomes for the child. It's not about the two adults involved. It's about the child, more importantly. So as long as that child is reared, whether it's with grandparents, for heaven's sake, whether it's with uncles, whether it's with aunties, I'm just here for children to get the best outcomes in life, honestly.
And I think the point is that, it's harder, but it's not impossible, and it can still be done, right? Yeah.
No, of course it can be done, because we have single motherhood, that raising kids. But it's ultimately, it's about being, the ideal scenario is you want to pick someone that's not going to make you leave them based upon some of the reasons that they say, and you want to. I think personally, one of the reasons why a lot of women and single mothers struggle is because men lie. And I think you're forgotten that men lie.
None of us have forgotten that. Not very much in the night that men lie. Can I just really quickly take it back to just, because obviously the majority of the talk today is about chronic skin conditions and being ill and having chronic diseases. But when you look at the stats of men leaving women, when they're
about to ask you,
ill,
I was going to get onto that.
Whether that be an autoimmune disease or cancer or whatever it might be, the statistics are so high for men to just leave women as soon as they're sick.
But you want to talk about? But when we look at women initiate divorce 70 to 80% of the time. So women leave men for all manner of reasons. So you might talking about, yes, when the women go sick, but women just leave men every single day. So yes.
For no reason though.
Whoa.
There's definitely
whoa.
a reason.
There's always a
There's
reason.
definitely-
There's
okay,
always a reason.
Let's talk about some of the reasons. They'll
We
talk.
have to don't forget, as women have to emotionally
Check out.
check out.
True.
Okay,
before-
the reason that women say that they leave men, cheating's one, okay?
Right.
So, all right, he cheated,
Yeah.
okay? But when we...
Statistically, they've said finance is usually the biggest
Okay, we'll do this, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like you said, if you're talking about childcare is, well, there was a point where my child was a newborn. Childcare is more expensive than your rent. So if you don't have a man that's working,
It can be.
you know,
Definitely.
oh yeah, like like advocate for your man and
Yeah.
all that. So go and get a job,
Yeah.
because you need a job
Yeah.
in order for our child to be in some type of childcare, so we can both be in some type of work. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
So
So let's talk about it. They'll talk about cheating, okay? But when we actually look at cheating in relationships, it's just about 48-52. Men just cheat slightly more. 52% of men cheat slightly more. Women cheat about 48%. But in reality, the real figure is probably higher because women are a lot better at hiding things. So in reality, it's probably about the same, if not higher, right? Okay, cool.
Who's hiding?
Then then when they talk about they'll talk about DV, domestic violence, but that makes up about 5% of all divorces. And then when we look at DV, it makes in most DV scenarios it is not one-sided. There's emotional abuse, psychological abuse. Men suffer all different types of abuse from women. It's not always physical. And what someone could argue and say, oh, but he hit me, but I didn't say anything. But when we talk about abuse, one abuse does not outweigh the other. So, and when we look in most DV scenarios, it's 50-50. There's been on both sides.
I wouldn't say it's 50-50, but continue.
I mean, psychological abuse is still abuse.
Yeah, I'm not.
Financial
that's
abuse.
That's not
no,
me.
but I'm saying, so if you psychologically abuse,
Femicide is a real thing. Just putting it out there.
Huh?
Femicide is a real thing.
I'm not saying it's
putting
not.
it- putting it out
I'm not
there.
saying it's not.
Yeah.
But at the same,
men killing women, murdering women.
I'm not saying it's
is
not.
the same as women killing and murdering
I'm
men.
not saying
It's
no,
the
but
same
we're talking about what's currently out there, and the facts remain: abuse is abuse, and one does not outweigh the other. Psychological, financial, because women, when a woman wants to say he's financially abusing me and psychologically abusing me, that carries weight. Of course,
But let's not lose your losing your life to DV.
We're not
is
talking about-
unfortunate,
what-
isn't it?
of course it's unfortunate.
And unfortunately, women, not just nationally, not just in the UK, but worldwide, are losing their life. Afghanistan.
We're not in Afghanistan.
Yeah, but I'm just here. Just
I know,
raising,
but you
raising
use
statistics.
Afghanistan, but
worldwide,
what does Afghanistan have to
are
do
losing
with
their lives
London?
to
What does-
femicide?
But what does Afghanistan have to do with us? That's a complete.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. What do you mean? What does it have to do?
What
with
does
us?
Afghanistan have to do with London?
Femicide has everything to do
What
with
does
us,
Afghanistan
in my
have to
opinion.
do with the conversation we're having right now? What do the Afghan men have to do with what we represent?
Of course it does. Of course it does. It's a worldwide issue.
Do the
How can
Afghan
we-
men?
How can we stop at London?
Hold on a second. Does Afghanistan even have the same culture and region? Are you about to compare Afghanistan to
True.
England? Are you about to do this on the
I do hear what you're
podcast?
saying there.
I'm being serious.
No, of course not.
So pick a better
let's-
country.
But let's not also forget how diverse and cultural diverse
Yeah,
London,
London
is.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can't just stop there. Yeah,
because it
do you know how many
doesn't mean that because we now live in
Afghanistani women
England, they're
live
gonna
in
stop
London?
everything they do
So we
back
can't
in
stop
their
there.
country.
Definitely
I'm,
not.
I'm confused.
Behind
I'm
closed
confused.
doors.
I see a black woman over here. I'm a black man. Why am I speaking about Afghanistan people? I'm
No.
confused. Because I don't see no Afghanistan people speaking about Cameroonian people and what's going on over there, and we have issues. So why? Because if
So
you
what we saying we should only talk about black countries.
no, but
related to
I'm
femicide.
no, but I'm
Self-education.
confused why you've chosen to pick Afghanistan, because I can pick I can pick places which, in actual fact, yes,
All I was
can.
saying was there's
You
things
could have
happening
picked- you could
outside
have
our
picked- look,
doorstep.
you could
I
have-
don't think there's anything
you could
wrong
have
with
picked,
saying that.
but you could have picked
What's
something.
the-
No,
what's the
but,
dif- what's the
but
difficult saying
culturally,
that?
you could have picked something that
Like,
could
we
even.
can't just get stuck in London.
It's not,
because,
no, but
yeah,
you could have picked.
I think sometimes
you could have
we
picked
do
many
get quite
countries in
stuck
Africa.
London.
You could have picked many countries in Africa that culturally.
Yeah, then you can pick a country in
No.
Africa.
I was about to go for a set.
Yeah, I was, and then you
You
stopped.
stopped
You got
at
upset with Afghanistan. Like you, were you
No.
upset with the Afghanistanians?
No, I'm not. But I'm trying to
Leave the Afghan women alone.
Sorry, what's your background?
Sierra Leone, Nigeria.
Oh my God. So why have I got a Sierra, especially after knowing all the issues in Sierra
stopped,
Leone?
Did he not stop at
especially-
Afghanistan?
No,
It's
but
like
I'm
I didn't
saying,
even say
no,
anything
because
else.
Sierra Leone should have been your first point. You're from Sierra Leone and you didn't knowing about the
I didn't even get to Nigeria because there's issues happening in Nigeria. There's kidnapping of young girls in Nigeria. If you want me to go for a whole story of all the femicide and all the issues happening,
please don't
then we
overtalk.
could.
Please don't overtalk me. It's not good for the live. You could have. It's very interesting to me.
But we've gotten a trigger point here, so I think we got to
No, it's not. No, it's not.
bring it back to context of what she was trying to say originally, and then
I just wanna. I
back to-
just want to talk about this for a second. It's just interesting to me. You're Nigerian and Sierra Leone. Okay, there's issues in Nigeria and Sierra Leone. Okay, which I will be very happy to speak about. Okay, and I will champion the women over there. Of course I'm going to do that, but we didn't do that. We went to somewhere where culturally and even, socially, we don't
Free
have.
Gaza.
We don't. What is? Yeah, don't do that. But I don't understand it.
I'm just confused. Like
No, but
you're
I'm
making it
confused.
seem like we can't talk about
No,
things
but-
outside of our culture. There are people dying everywhere.
Yeah,
there
but-
are things happening everywhere. So we
what?
can't talk about Lebanese.
say what?
Yeah,
No, but this
you
thing-
understand? We can't talk about the fact that there are people dying
Talk
in
about your
Lebanon.
people.
There
No,
are
talk about the people
Why?
dying.
Why?
No, because
Why?
no, talk about the people where you're
Why?
from. What do you mean? You don't care about your own people? You don't
No,
care about
I care
yourself?
about every people.
That's
I
self-hate.
care about all
That's
people.
self-hate.
I don't just care about people that look like me.
It's not about caring about people that look
That's what
like
you're making
you.
it sound
it's
like. I
not.
should only talk about
No, but
Nigeria and Sierra Leone.
No, but I'm confused when Nigeria and Sierra Leone have extreme problems going on over there, and you're not speaking about it.
I feel
Well,
like,
I didn't even get into
Right,
it.
let-
Firstly,
confused.
I didn't even get into it.
Let me incur a little bit.
Go
I
on.
feel like where the clash is happening. So according to this podcast and what you talk about right now, we talk about the here and now in London.
No.
What's happening around
I
people?
speak.
around-
No,
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like
but
it.
no, but
Okay.
people gonna watch this. They're gonna say, "What's I know this because what is Afghanistan got the conversation because we're not from Afghanistan. We're not in their culture, right? So it's making it alienated to people that are going to watch it. So I'm saying, what's Afghanistan got to do with it? If you said Nigerian, so culturally, there's gonna. So I'm just saying, I'm just quite interesting to me. But you know, we're focusing this too much because I wanted to speak to my man. I didn't even get to introduce him on the right hand side. Shout out to all our Afghanistani people out there.
Big up the Afghan women.
Hit her up.
Big up the Afghan.
She's gonna hit your Cash App or PayPal or something. Do hit her up. She's gonna hit you up with something.
I know
Last
that
but
joke is, but fair enough.
last but certainly not least, my bro. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Good evening. My name is Stud, Trini Stud. Yeah, I'm an advocate. I'm very, very new to it. Advocate for TSW and Eczema. Other than that, keen cyclist, model, actor, along those lines. That's what we do.
Tell us about your journey.
My journey with eczema.
Yeah.
My journey with eczema. I've had it 35 years of my life now.
Okay.
Hospitalized a lot. Missed like 80% of my primary school years with it. So much so I went to private school when I was in secondary. Just try and play catch up. And then from there on,
Was it as bad as Jay was saying?
Yeah, it's been bad. I mean, I would say primary school year, so pre-teens was my worst. I've had some bad years since, or like in the last like 5-6 years, I've had some really bad episodes and whatnot. So yeah, but pre-teen I was really bad. It kind of leveled out through my teens. I always had it, but it leveled out through my teens. It was just managed. Do you know what I mean? It was I was able to manage it in a certain way. Hide it in a certain way.
What was the teens like growing up with eczema?
It was tricky. It was hard. It was tough. But like I said, at times it leveled out. So I'm from Trinidad. So whenever I went Trinidad, funny enough, it always used to clear up and I was fine because of the sun, the environment, going back to kind of just what we live and what we breathe day to day. And luckily, nicely enough, the first month or two after coming back from Trinidad was always the best. So much so I used to crave going back there like the following year. We always used to go back every summer. So, but yeah, it was good. It was cool. I mean, teens wasn't too bad. If you're talking like kind of socializing, girls, guys, kind of obviously I'm getting more kind of older. I'm through on my teens. It was hard. It was tricky.
Talk to me about girls dating. What was that like?
Yeah, it was hard. It was tricky. I've always been good looking, so I mean that's always been on my.
Is that gonna help?
How you mean? That's always, but that's always been on my side. I was able to mask it a lot. A lot. I still do mask it a lot. Whether it be with clothes or whether it just be like, yeah. Anyways, I was able to mask it a lot. But it was tricky. I've had a couple of girls that have kept it stepping because I've had eczema. Do you know what I mean?
Did they tell you that was the reason?
Not in so many words, but I would know just from kind of questions. Like one girl definitely comes to mind. I'm not going to call no names out, but but we had
hot her up though. But what did
she'll know if she's watching. Hopefully. But yeah, no, I'm just. It was we had like 2-3 good dates. I must have been about 15 now. 2-3 good dates, like nothing wrong, and this must have been over the space of maybe a month or two. Yeah, probably about 2 months actually. 2-3 good dates. And I think it was the 4th date. If it wasn't the 4th, it was definitely the 5th. She must have gone, "Bro, why is your hands like that?" Because I have eczema on my hands, and I to be fair, I'd been scratching like literally 2-3 days before that, so it was just been flaring up and whatnot. Why's your hands like that? I was like, "I've got eczema, babe. Like, it's not just there, And obviously, we hadn't got like anywhere near down and dirty or nothing. So like, it was a case where she hadn't seen half of my body. So she, from what she saw on my hands, was enough for her to kind of
pause for a second.
Go on.
When you say, is it all over your body?
Nah. No. Even now, it's not all over. No, not at all. My worst parts of my hands. It gets on my neck sometimes. My face sometimes. The bottom of my, I say the bottom of my foot, but my foot sometimes. But yeah, I mean, it's not all over my body now. But it has been 100%, 100%. It's been head to toe. It's been head to toe. Yeah, it's been emotional, man. But it's not just eczema, innit? It's the mental health that comes with it. I'm also a mental health advocate as well. I'm starting to kickstart that as well.
Talk to me about when you say the mental health that comes with it.
The mental health that comes with it. Eczema isn't just. It doesn't stop at the skin. 100%. It doesn't stop at the dryness or the moisturizing of the skin. It's the mental health, so to speak. For example, just coming here today is not as easy as just jumping out the door and walking here. Do you know what I mean? It's a case of applying moisturizer probably an hour ago, and then 50 minutes ago, and then 20 minutes ago, and then when I parked up my car just now outside, applying moisturizer before I stepped in here, and then even just now when you saw me walk to the mirror, making sure I'm stepping in and I'm all right. That's the truth of the matter. Do you know what I mean? That's it. That's the mental health behind it. But that's the trivial part of it. When I say that, this is small fries. I know I'm in a circle right now where I'm not looked upon a certain way, but let this be 20 more men in here or 20 more girls and 20. I'm hitting the toilet every 20 minutes if I have to. Do you know what I mean? If I have to. I don't care how it looks to anyone else, but I'm doing it just for the sheer factor of I need to make sure I'm moisturized. I need to make sure there's no little dry skin here or none of that kind of vibe. It's a case of pulling sleeves down just to make sure no one's seeing my hands. It's just, that's mental health. When I say that's mental health, it's I'm always.
You don't need to cream that much.
I don't need to. I say I don't need to. I feel like I don't need to, but I have to for the sake of my mental health. Because if I don't, then I'm also going, right, I'm going to start getting dry in about 3-4 minutes. Let me just go. And trust me, it all starts in the head. Do you know what I mean? And I might be fooling myself for a whole hour of being in a certain room, but I'd rather fool myself and keep myself happy rather than not fool myself and tell myself, no, I'm fine. And then two twos, I find out 30 minutes later that I've been dry all over my side of my face. Do you know what I mean? So it's rather safe than sorry kind of thing. But it's the precautions I have to take and the steps that we as a collective of people that suffer with dry skin. But yeah, it's the mental health. Like Jay was saying, just getting out of bed sometimes is hard, let alone getting out of your room, let alone getting out of your house. Let alone then sitting on a train staring at people because the chairs are facing each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's them kind of things. I keep my glasses on sometimes just to show people that, just so people can't see that I'm shook.
You're
being real.
Yourself, innit? You're like, I'm not here.
Just sometimes I am nervous as F, bruv. And it's like glasses on, shades on. I might look dapper.
I think it's mad how this isn't a disability.
It's the truth of the matter, bro.
I think it's mad how it's not a disability because how can it not? Like,
it affects. It does.
But we're talking about this just walking down
literally,
here. We were walking down the studio. We were like, some people struggle to get. You can apparently get the PIP on it, but
personal independent payment.
You're saying, Harriet was saying that even someone on a wheelchair who's been debilitated with eczema, they defer you just because you have to prove really that much that
it's that bad.
But still not recognise the disability.
Basically, you have to, in order for them to recognise the disability, you have to be assessed. Like,
Yeah.
like, well, all the disabilities assessed, but they're gonna put you through it, innit? Yeah.
Put you through it.
Whereas you just want to be recognised as eczema as a standard
Yeah,
disability.
yeah.
Like for example,
There's obviously levels to it. There's obviously like you said, there's a big spectrum.
Yeah,
of it.
there's a light. Yeah.
But and obviously someone that has a little bit of eczema on the top of their tips of their fingers is different to someone that has eczema all over their arm. Do you know what I mean? Let alone someone that has it over their arms and their legs. Let alone someone that has it on their back, their neck, and their arms and their legs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Let alone someone that has it on their face, their neck, their butt.
Eczema and
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when they want to now say, nah, doctor, do you know, I'm not going to start using that tropical steroid. Cool. I'm just going to go about trying to eat well, do well, be well. That's a journey in itself, but that's a whole different story, because then you haven't even got no creams to stop the flare-ups. And you then have to try and jump those hurdles by yourself without no help or bungee jumping from the creams that can help on that. So it's all, I say bungee jumping, sorry, springboarding. That's what I was going to try to say. But do you know what I mean? It's, yeah.
That you use. Where'd you get the creams from?
Oh, the pharmacy. But I mean, before the pharmacy, the doctor that says he knows it, or she knows it, sorry.
But
They think they know.
yeah, the professionals.
how many different creams you've been through?
Crazy.
Oh, bro, I ain't counted.
Crazy.
I ain't counted. I mean, I ain't counted. I ain't
Because we're all in
counted.
our 30s, right?
Like,
yeah.
Crazy amount.
Crazy
It-
amount.
Yeah. Because you get given from when I was 3. Those creams are not what I'm getting given when I'm 7. Let alone when I'm 17.
Yep.
Let alone when I'm 27.
Yeah.
They get stronger because a 3-year-old skin is weaker than a 27-year-old skin. But yet, you know, the cream they're giving you when you're 27 is making your skin as weak as that 3-year-old skin. Do you know what I mean? Because it's thinning. Sorry, I don't swear, but do you know what I mean? It's thinning it out, and it's just there's levels to this, man. Do you know what I mean?
moisturizers they sell to you thousands because they know they're going to make money out of it.
Yeah, it's money in the end. It's a whole GSK money making
Not one-
scheme.
And not one cream suits one person. So you can get irritated by one, and some person's all right, and then
There's
there's
not a pill
some-
you can take.
Bro, I wish there was. You got what you want from me, yeah. I was gonna say pass it over, man. Pass it over. Pass it over, bro.
Yeah. Well, there's
Pass it
I'm
immunosuppressants
currently
that
on
some
a pill
people,
right
yeah,
now.
that some people are
So
on. What are you on?
I'm on upadacitinib, so it's like an immunosuppressant.
Oh, immunosuppressant.
So
yeah.
because I'm using that of sheer suffering at the moment, because I've tried to come off everything for a while,
Yep.
and I was suffering so much in this year
Mm.
that I've had space where I've even like last week I just had to go back to my strongest steroid creams out of desperation because
Mm.
my neck was in so much pain.
Hmm.
I was like, I can't deal with this pain anymore.
What do the steroid creams do?
So that's the thing that we like. Everyone's like the steroid cream basically stops the underlying inflammation, but
Yeah.
what it does is kind of suppresses that. So it does it for a period, so you think you're healed, and then once you stop using it, it will just erupt again, basically.
Call it a drug, bro. Call it like crack cocaine.
Oh,
So you're kind of
your feet
dependent on
Yeah,
it,
let's call it crack cocaine, bro, because that's the truth of the matter.
a long time.
Of course, just like crack cocaine, bro. Do you know what I mean? You might hit that crack cocaine and go, do you know what? I haven't got no kids. I haven't got no bills. I haven't got no debts. I haven't got 6 hours later. You're going to go, raw. I want to feel like that again. Let me hit that crack cocaine again. Because now I have no bills. I have no debts. I have no... When you stop using that crack cocaine, what happens then? Do you know what I mean? Everything comes back worse than before. Do you know what I mean? Tropical steroids, I would say, is along the same line. It's a drug like that.
It's true.
Chris, talk to me about it, because that's where initially I saw it from your page, because you're quite an advocate for it. What do you do? Tell us about all the other stuff that you was talking about.
So I've had eczema since I was 2, and topical steroid withdrawal presented on my skin since I was 15. I'm now 31. So it's
Bang,
it's
bang,
been-
bang,
it's
bang.
like dealing with this shit.
You've been,
It's a bit tight.
yeah.
I've been off of steroids 5 years next month.
Sup, sup.
Again, I don't really like sugarcoating shit. It was the worst fucking 5 years that I've ever had to go through in my whole entire life. The depression that came with it, when I say like, you know, when they say the thing that's gonna break, like the straw that breaks the camel's back, or like you're literally sitting on the edge. That is literally what TSW feels like, especially when you don't really have the support or the understanding of what you're going through, because a lot of the time we get gaslighted by GPs, dermatologists, or all our medical professionals saying that it's just severe eczema. And a lot of them still don't recognise that a lot of us are going through TSW because they call it severe eczema. And they don't want to recognise it because that means them having to take accountability for prescribing us this cream for a longer period of time, when really and truly you're only supposed to be on steroid creams for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say, a matter of days.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
And that being
And how long
said,
have you guys been on them for?
Years.
Mine
10
was
plus
20 plus years.
10
Jeez,
Yeah.
that can't be good. But
Yeah.
if
That's
it's
not
like-
continuous, yeah?
Yeah.
That might be a little break of a month in between, don't get it twisted.
Mine,
But
mine was
Mine-
continuous.
mine
I'm not
Oh.
gonna lie to you.
daily for
Prescription on
years,
prescription.
oh right, no, my one,
Mine
I
was
can't say my one was
literally-
continuous, but yeah, it was.
and these prescriptions you have to pay for them,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got.
Well, yeah,
When
at
you're a
times,
child,
depending.
it's free.
Yeah, I was gonna say
But as soon
depending.
as you become an adult, you gotta pay for them.
and you're going through these like
Yeah, you're going through these tubes, and
how
these
much
tubes,
is, like, roughly?
these tubes are like 100 mil or something,
Yeah.
or
It's not
give or take.
Even the steroids, you've got the ointments and the
Yeah,
you might have
all
4
that.
or 5 different.
Different-
It could be shampoo, bro. It could be shampoo. It could be what? It could be loads of things. They give you shampoos with all this in,
Yeah.
just because your hair might be, you hear me, have eczema in it and
Like,
thing.
what, tub is like, say, 12 quid.
Mm.
You use that within a week sometimes.
Yeah,
So imagine,
Right.
like, and that's just one cream. And then you
Oh,
use
that's,
the
what,
other
that's why I
stuff.
said this is your drug, isn't it?
It's just
yeah, it's our
crazy.
drug. It was our drug,
Literally.
should I say?
Literally.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
I've no
yeah,
idea.
so-
man.
Because our skin is literally addicted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So do you have any siblings?
2 older sisters and a younger brother.
Do any of them have eczema?
No, I'm the only
Oh,
one.
you're the special one.
Exactly that. That's exactly what it is.
So how when you,
That's a disability, brother.
Give me a pip now.
I'm playing.
like obviously you know you look nice, you got makeup on and stuff. But I've seen you, obviously, well, not seen you with that makeup, but I've seen you yet other things like makeup, and your skin still looks good compared to where it was before. You look like a complete and utter different person. Talk to me about that stage.
Had you asked me, because again, I'm 5 years steroid free
Yeah.
this month. So if you had asked me whether I'd be in this place 5 years ago, I don't even know if I'd be here on this earth right now.
Oh yeah, there's levels to that.
Yep.
And why'd you say that?
That's real.
It's mental health, bro.
The mental health that came with this condition, and it's not even just how it physically looks. I think a lot of time, like, because we healing isn't linear. Right, it's not just A to B. It's very up and down. It's like a whole roller coaster of 1 minute you feel good, the next minute you're back at square one. So I feel like just that in itself, when 1 minute you're feeling good and then the next week you look like shit again and you feel like shit and you feel like you look like a monster, because it's generally what you do feel like, because you generally don't look like yourself. Just that in itself, so that's just the physical way, but I think people forget that we're in pain
yeah,
all of the time.
yeah.
We're in severe pain all of the time. It might look good one day, but because I'm dry and I'm tight and I can just about move my head left
Yep.
and right, let alone blink and open my mouth to eat, and like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just all of that all together.
Can I just press pause? Even if the pain isn't as bad as that, and you're not feeling the pain by eating or whatever, the pain's up there sometimes as well, you know.
Yep.
So you might be feeling great. You might be able to move your limbs and great, but then that pain up there that you're like, oh crap, this might only last a week. This might only last 3 days.
Even today,
That's true as well. But please, I don't want to stop you. But go on, carry on.
Sorry, but yeah, I literally, like you said, it's all in like. I still trying to break this cycle, which drives me mad. That I was washing my face and I couldn't even look at my face for the first 5 minutes of washing my face, because I
How come?
knew there's something up there. And I spent 3 hours in my bed just thinking about getting to the shower, because I was just weeping
Yep.
on my arms and stuff today. Just, I don't know what's happening, but something's going on. And it took me about 3 hours just to get out of bed, just to get into the shower, because I was like, it's my day off and I just want to chill. And I was like, oh, okay, got out, washed my face, and then I just knew as soon as I see my face, something's going to be up and it's going to be like stress me out. So I just didn't even look up, and then I was like, all right, what's going on today?
Yeah.
Looked in the mirror, I was like, all right, cool, deal with it. And then just wash my face. So it's just, even as looking at yourself in the mirror,
Can be
it's
painful.
Like, it's embedded in your psychology
Yeah.
for a long
You said
time.
you said your job's quite physical that you do.
At the moment, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to transition.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
that,
I was
but
gonna say, is that
yeah,
another-
so it's physical. So honestly,
Sorry.
like I'm at the point where at my job is like, if I call in sick because I'm eczema, I'll be fired.
yeah.
So I've
ju-
gone into work with me weeping all over my chest, my shirt getting drenched, but wearing layers so they can't see it.
See it.
And I'm just powering through.
Oh, bro.
through.
Bro.
And I just get home and I'm
Yeah.
just, after I've got home, I'm just like, take everything off, and I'm like, just
Half
give me the
sticky and all the
shower
rest
or
of it as
something.
well.
It's
Like,
crazy.
What is it? Does it take off skin? What does it do?
yeah, so when is that? Yeah, so it takes off basically your skin layers are just broken down. Imagine you get a cut.
Yeah.
Basically, that's
Yeah.
our skin.
Yeah.
A lot,
Yeah.
basically.
At times, but yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
feeling like your skin just cut.
Broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Sometimes you just have to rub it like even slightly and your skin will break apart.
that's
And I think it's like living in the shadow of yourself as well.
Yeah.
It's the body dysmorphia that comes with
Yep.
it. Like I feel, I do a very outward centering role. Like I've ran as MP, I've done all of that, and it's tricky
What do you want?
because
MP for what?
MP
What?
in the election.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's tricky because people that know me, they will also say like, Harry, I didn't know you had like what eczema, like
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't able to tell.
Yeah, exactly. And it's unfortunately with like invisible disabilities, if you want to call it that. Again, people, I feel like people are talking more about autism and ADHD being invisible conditions in the sense that you can't see it.
Yeah.
And that's not me saying of that a skin condition you can't see, but I'm not here skin out. Like, so yes, maybe there are many days you can't see it. And even on the days you can't see it because the flare up has decreased, for example, it doesn't mean that mentally I'm not going through it. So mentally, when I come today, you lot know. And again, that's why I just love this community. I love these people here because I message them. We have a group chat.
How did you meet?
We online.
Okay.
Online. I did not know any of them. Well, I need Trini, sorry.
I was like, you didn't meet me online, but okay, cool. We can go with that.
There was a lot of people that I know through this community. I didn't know them until I started sharing my journey online, and I just love the community because we got a little group chat together. And even before I came to this, I was like, guys, I'm having some inflammation. I'm feeling a type of way, like, and they were just like, Trini called me and was like, I know that, like, girl, I already know you're about to start turning up or whatever, like you're about to doll up and get out the house and all that. And again, just having to do extra, like I put on my shiny boots today because I was like, I have to do a little bit more just to make myself feel a bit more. But even if someone stopped me in the train, like, girl, you look da-da-da, and that's the body dysmorphia. Honestly, people can say, oh, you look good, and I just don't believe it.
Yeah, 100% me.
And I know it's just like a lot of women would, like men as well, but a lot of women obviously talk about people complimenting them or someone saying they're beautiful or whatever else it is and not feeling it. But generally, I'm just like, why are these people lying to me?
Yeah.
Why are you lying?
You're not lying. No, you're not lying. You said we're talking about their mental health, and then he took it across. You said you didn't want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Without crying?
You know them ones. Even me, I'm like,
Make you cry, but
oh.
I want to know because I kind of felt that when you said that.
Oh shit. Okay. So again, I'm probably the only one that suffers with eczema to the severity that I've had to suffer with it in my nuclear family, right? So that's everyone that you see at home. It's everyone that you spend your daily lives with. So me having to just deal with that by myself in my family home, plus being a South Asian woman, plus being the eldest daughter of my household. There's just a lot of things that come with that.
What comes with being a South Asian woman with eczema?
The one, just that I'm the oldest daughter of the household, so there's a lot of responsibilities that I have to that I have to uphold anyway, just culturally, and then also I think there's this stigma in South Asian culture where you always have to show your best and you always have to present your best.
Yeah.
Right? And with eczema and topical steroid withdrawal, you can't always
Can't turn up all the
do
time.
that. And it doesn't matter how much you prep for the day.
Yep.
Your skin is going to do whatever it needs to do in that moment.
Yeah. And I think it's just even interesting that, even from a black and brown perspective, like obviously us being black and brown, there is a certain level that our community expect us to look like all the time. Like Nigerians, we're extra as hell. I'm going to be honest. Like most people that know us, we're extra as hell. So if you go to a Nigerian wedding, birthday, turn up, whatever else it is,
I don't know who's extra.
they expect you to be a certain way. And even if you in your mind you hit that mark, your skin's good, your weight's good, everything's good. One auntie will tell you there's some issue. There's always going to be some issue. They'll look from head to toe and find some issue with you. So imagine on top of
That's why you're
that.
not married.
Right.
I was just about to say that.
I laugh, but it's so true.
Literally says that.
I know, they say it to me too. That's why.
So imagine then having a skin condition and having to go to these functions.
Events, yeah.
And then them having to tell you why, you're not married, or you don't have children, or the devil
You're
is
not
the
using the
devil,
right product.
or it's
Yeah.
because
You
you
heard
didn't
that
speak
one?
listen, you need to
That
speak
it's
to.
karma,
If it's not
one
Jesus,
doesn't
it's
know.
Allah. Like, do you understand?
Right.
Like,
Nah, what?
Right.
No, it's true. Like, okay, I'm going to tell you a funny
Yeah,
story.
go on, tell me a funny story.
Like, so because I've always have had it, and then going, so my parents, we've gone to India, and we've gone to some random temple, and I've had to go underneath a rock because they think that's gonna heal me. Like some random
Mad.
religious,
Yep,
like
yep.
because everyone's like, yeah, try this, it's gonna heal you. I've gone to pilgrimages in India.
Yep.
And mad stuff, and people are giving me some potions that I don't even
That's funny
know.
that I've been to pilgrims
stuff,
for it as well,
yeah.
actually. Yeah.
And it's crazy, man.
And I
Imagine,
think
like,
again, that's
Bosnia.
the culture thing. Do you
Went to
understand? Because
Bosnia.
Caribbeans have bitters in it. Nigerians also have a similar thing. We've got something similar, but it's a different name, but it's bitters. It's like a potion, if you want to call it that is bitter. That's supposed to cleanse you, detox you, whatever else it is. So when I go back home, similar thing. My granddad will be like, "Pull up, we got to go to the market and be drinking like bats this and this that and a mixture of goats or whatever else is in there, and we got to drink it and it's going to cleanse me." And the reality is, like, I've come back to the UK worse than I was when I went there, like having to go hospital, like, and they're all are also asking me like, "What did you drink?" I don't know. I went to some market. And my granddad told me to drink something that looked black.
I don't know where they get the information from, because I'm at the moment, funny enough, I'm drinking some aloe vera bitter thing, extract every day, like a shot.
Yeah.
It's supposed to help my immune system. I don't know if it's working or not. I'm taking it.
So, Chris, what was your lowest point?
My lowest point, probably when I couldn't physically open my mouth to eat or open my eyes to see or walk down the stairs, so I had to sleep downstairs for a good 2 weeks because I physically couldn't walk anywhere. That's probably my lowest point.
We're with you, babe.
What's been
That's real.
what's been relationships been like with you? Are you are you currently dating now? Are you single? Are you in a relationship?
I've been single for 3 years.
Damn. I've been single for 3 years.
But this is what I always tell everyone. So during the worst of my TSW, I was actually in a relationship for 7 years.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sick.
Almost 7 years.
Almost 7 years, yeah.
And I could never, whatever happened between us is what it is. But during the time of my worst, I'm so grateful that I had a partner that was like that. Like, he literally...
So he was there for you, yeah?
Yeah.
So how'd you break up with him? Because I knew she did. Say that again. Tell us how great he was. Tell us how
He
great.
was.
Yeah, what
was
did he do for you?
amazing.
Tell me, what did he do for you? Did he cream you?
He creams me. He would wipe up my flakes the next morning. He did everything and anything that I could ever ask from a partner.
Okay, big up my man.
Yeah.
I like you, bro. So now, tell us why this guy that did everything, he was the most...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tell us why you broke up with him.
We're getting into this right
Right.
now.
Yeah, because...
Okay, so I feel like I was debilitating his life.
I hear that.
You felt like you was being a bane on
I
his
have
life.
fully felt.
I felt like I was the bane of his life.
Really?
To the point where, and I'm only saying that because I'm generally seeing where I was the bane. Because he's doing everything that he ever wanted to do right now, and I love that for him so much. He's traveling right now, and he's
Wait,
he looks like he's living the best life.
He couldn't have travelled with you?
Not when I was in the condition that I was in.
But you're not in the condition now, though, are you?
Yeah, but at the time I was, and I really was in it, and I really felt like I was holding him back from doing what he needed to do.
So you broke up with him 5 years ago?
3 years ago.
Girl, that's not a long time. You could have waited. Could put some cream on.
But okay, but again, with this skin condition, there's not a
I know,
time
I know.
limit.
You don't know.
I
You
You
don't know
don't
how
know.
long
I
it's
know,
going to take.
I know,
You
I
don't
know,
know
I
how
know.
short
In
it's
hindsight, innit, we're looking back on it now, and it's like, oh, it was only 3. But at that time, you
I
didn't know.
didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, again, I didn't even know I was going
She didn't see- I was gonna say you didn't see yourself in this
I thought I was
position.
gonna be 6 foot under the ground by now.
Why? You keep saying that. Why? This.
Suicidal
Obviously,
thoughts.
Don't get me
Suicidal thought.
wrong.
I
The
wanna-
TSW and the eczema is not Like, I think people forget that this is not the only things that we're dealing with.
No, so
We have social lives. we
Yeah,
have
so the whole
family
idea
lives,
is
we
I want people, because I don't know, and most people don't know because we won't know because we can't see it.
Right.
We were only gonna know by your stories and what you explain. Like, even through the camera, they're not gonna be able to see it. You know what I mean? So I'm saying to you, the idea is to let people know how this hidden disability that that's affecting so many people. How it's affected you and how it's affecting other people, and that's why I'm not just speak about what you feel comfortable speaking, but I want people to know that what is done.
Realness.
No, 100%. But again, I feel like when people see us, because a lot of us are content creators and we talk about stuff, and there's this weird box vision that we have online when people just talk about whatever they talk about. We just think that's the only thing that they're going through, forgetting that people have actual
lives.
lives.
Yeah.
We're all dealing with family situations, friendship situations, career situations, everything.
Yeah. And I think what Jita said, like, hits the nail on the head. Stress is stress affects everyone, of course, but stress, when you have a skin condition, really affects us as a huge trigger. So if we're stressed about normal daily life that normal people go through, it shows on our body, basically.
So Harry, let me tell you a story. Yeah, not even that's like so. Just something happened to me. So it was during pandemic times. We had to wear the mask. I was working on a film and we had to film set. There was being COVID tests all the time. I had to wear the mask, and I didn't like wearing the mask. Now I love wearing masks. I do. I was trying to put on a mask.
We love it.
Now I'm like, but at that time I didn't, and I remember I had to keep wearing it, and then getting a rash on my face. And this rash just spread, and it just and I'll be honest with you, it was around my lips, and I was trying not to be insecure about it, so I kept on wiping it, it would start crusting, so I kept on creaming it, and then it would get dry again and ooze, and then it would getting bigger, and then
smooth.
Yeah, it's cool, yeah. And then basically, I had to leave, and like I couldn't show my face, and everyone's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Oh, it's not a big deal," but I'm like, when your face is, you're used to seeing your face perfect, and then a few people start saying, "Oh, what's that? Oh, you got scrap." I'm like, no, it's, and then they're like, "What's that on your lips?" And let's be real, innit? Anyone with any shit around their lips, you know how people they're mad. They're like, "Oh, what you been doing?" Don't smoke my zoo. They're passing it.
Man said, "Don't smoke my zoo."
They're passing it. Your shit got some shit on his lip. Like, no, it was one of those.
I heard that.
And
I heard that.
I'm telling you, I had a little rash on my face, and how badly it affected me.
Yeah.
I had to. Do you get me? I remember going to emergency and saying, "Listen, I need something. I don't know what you guys got here. Like the walk-in hospital.
Yep.
I'm like, I need something. Like, I can't just be chill. So but they've given me something. And whatever they've given me something, it's white.
Okay.
So now you're putting this white
as well.
cream
on a white on
a black skin.
with white skin.
And it's
White
got yellow.
Yellow.
Oh shit! I know about the yellow vibe. Yeah.
And the thing is looking worse now. So, and I felt like, and then when I put it on, and I felt like before it got better, it got worse.
Yeah.
So when I put it on, it's gone bigger.
And
And I was just like, and it went. Like, it went. It was only, something that, probably due to the mask, get me, irritation.
Yeah.
But just going through that period, it's
stressful.
I never went through acne stage or a skin stage. Like, everyone had.
I appreciate that. Yeah, likewise.
But I've never had.
Up to now, I've never had chickenpox randomly.
You never had it.
Never had chickenpox randomly.
You're probably due for that. Maybe because of this.
Bro, maybe because of eczema. And do you know how many times? Do you know how many times I wish I did and not have this? By the way, that's the truth of the matter.
God said I've given you enough on your plate.
Basically,
Hopefully.
Do you want
Hopefully.
basically, maybe, but I've never had chickenpox.
Yeah, it's
big
crazy.
thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Do you leave me alone, please?
Chicken. I had chicken pox. Everyone is supposed to have chicken, but I can't lie.
As an adult.
No,
Child.
chicken pox. When I had it
As
younger,
adult, chicken box is really
It's
bad.
bad.
It's
It's
supposed to be.
Yeah.
But even
it's
that,
really,
from
really
what
bad.
you're saying, I would rather go through chicken.
Chicken
Yeah,
breast.
completely. Oh, completely.
Thing.
I've wished that on myself a few times, but it's never happened.
Yeah. because it's an ongoing thing. Stress.
Touch wood, it doesn't happen now, though.
Like Krishy mentioned, it's not just we're dealing with a skin condition. We got other life stresses.
Talk to me about some of the other life stresses. Not too personal, but just just some of the
Parenthood.
You know, like I said, I've got a 13-year-old.
Wait, who has kids? You got kids?
I've got a 17-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Oh, boy, you've been active. Obviously, this this skin condition hasn't stopped you getting outside.
I'm inside. That's the problem. I'm sorry.
No pull-out game.
I'm sorry.
This guy, all he knows about is breathing. Man said 1 year.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
I'm sorry. But that's the problem. Yes.
Is it hereditary?
So going back to stress and mental health. My 1-year-old has my 1-year-old. I got a daughter. My 3-year-old has eczema.
Yeah.
My 17-year-old had eczema. When he was like about 2-3, but randomly he's been good. He has more vitiligo now than eczema. Okay. So he has like patches of vitiligo now, but he hasn't really got dry skin. And he hasn't had dry skin for a while. But my 3-year-old does, and he went through a really bad stage when he was about 1. And going back to mental health and not wanting to be here and all that kind of crazy. Not saying that I wanted to dip out on fatherhood, but there was a part where I was really low because I felt so guilty that I gave it to him because he was passing differently. He wasn't walking, he wasn't crawling. It stopped his development. There was a point where we felt that he was developing a certain way, and look, he's crawling now. He's going to be walking. So at one point, he just didn't move. He didn't move for like 5-6 weeks, bro. When I say they didn't move, obviously he moved, but he wasn't playing with one toy. Because of the pain, because of the pussing, because of the itchiness. We're wrapping him up in gloves and all this stuff, bruv. He's like a year. He's maybe 16 months, and we're preventing him from just being. Bro, even just now saying I want to cry, but that shit made me feel guilt. Mad guilt. Obviously he's 3 now and he's still got it, but it's manageable-ish. But mad guilt. So that's stress, and then that played up on me.
Knowing what your life's been like, is that kind of what you're scared of because you know how hard it was for you?
Partially, but no, because like I said, I got 17-year-old, so there was a part of me that was fearful of that when he was young. And because he's been able to kind of just kickstart and go through and I know his characteristics and he's done his thing, and I know my 3-year-old's characteristics, and I'd like to believe that he can be strong enough to push through it. I'm not too worried about how it's going to affect him, but I am still worried about how it's going to, because he doesn't go to nursery for the sheer fact of him having eczema, because we can't put him in nursery and him sitting there scratching and then expect Mary or Susan to tell him to stop scratching. That's not their job. They've got another 15 kids to look after. Do you get what I mean? So we're homeschooling him right now. I say homeschooling him, but he's at home. He's doing that whole kind of vibe. We're doing that whole kind of vibe. When we go play groups, we're making sure we're there with him. We can't leave him nowhere because he will find a minute to scratch, and we don't want that to be the case. So we'll be like, yo, stop. No, come stop. And it is a case where we probably say it to him about 50, 60 times a day. And he understands it to a degree now. He's 3 and a bit, but do you know what I mean? He's still not, he's socializing with kids through playgroups, but he's not socializing with kids by himself. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot to it. There's a lot to parenthood, generally speaking, but there's definitely a lot to parenthood when one of your youths has eczema, 100%. And it's a mad one.
So your missus,
it's a mad one.
Did she have eczema?
Nah. Nah.
No, I'm just saying.
It was the missus part, but no, she doesn't. Yeah, okay, cool. I've never dated anyone else with eczema.
Why you hating?
Oh no.
Why are you hating on your community?
Oh, you know them ones there. I wish I. Oh no, actually, I'm not gonna say that. No, I've never dated anyone.
Man's
with
like,
eczema.
listen, I got eczema. You can't be. Chance of our kids having too much eczema. Nah. It's like 100% chance of eczema. Yeah,
well, to be fair, there's always been that part in it of me where, in having children, even with my firstborn, when like 17 years ago, I was hopeful that I wasn't going to pass it on. Second time round, I was hopeful again because she didn't have eczema. Not the same girl, but Jimmy. That the mother didn't have eczema, I was like, oh, cool, it can't be that bad. And if he does, it's my fault, all my fault. And it's been that kind of vibe. And more time, it's been that.
Eczema ain't stopping you from getting baby mamas, though.
Don't say that, bro.
Bro, what do you want to say, bro? The eczema's
collecting them like Pokemon cards.
I'm gonna have to ask you, how many baby mamas you got? 2. Yeah, that's cool.
But it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not. Nah, it's not.
And it's a big gap. His first ones were 18, his second one's 3. So.
Yeah, I was a young man.
He's a big guy. He's back.
I was a young man back then, but
Yeah.
But you're still with your missus?
so yeah, eczema is harsh.
Yeah.
And it's
That's why you be stressing. That's why it's gonna give you stress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These women gonna stress you out. So you guys.
Parents on this side, no parents,
Parents
no
on
parents
this
on that side. How we do that?
And are you currently in a relationship right now?
No, I'm not. Okay, while I'm on this podcast, it's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I'm seeing someone. I feel like I'm trying to break out the friend zone at the moment. I say it out loud now. I don't want to be in the friend zone.
Hey,
say it to camera. Say it to camera. Say it to camera.
Get him out the friend zone, okay?
no friend zone.
Right.
He said that at the friend zone.
But yeah, no, I'm not. And
I love you, Tesh, man. He's too funny.
Nah, it's not good in the friend zone, man.
they always want to be friends.
Bro, don't accept that. Don't accept that.
Just on it.
I'll be honest with you.
It's not bad to be in a friend zone sometimes.
It's
though, bro.
nice.
Do you know what it is?
But
'Cause
no,
you just wait,
no,
you just have to wait your time. Don't worry, it'll come.
I'm
always-
waiting, bro. I'm 35 now.
No, don't worry, it'll come. It always
Wait for this
comes.
one girl for like 5 years.
What, for the
so-
same girl?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, no.
No, I've had like girlfriends when I was younger and stuff, but it's definitely yeah. Then there was a period where I guess I was in a place where I actually didn't fancy any of the girls there at the point.
Yeah.
Not attracted, but psychologically, I realized recently there is an impact. There is an impact there because I'm not gonna lie. Okay, just lay out there. For example, if I'm seeing someone, sleeping with someone initially for me, I was like, how am I gonna
Bring your creams, boy.
bring my cream?
Wow.
But just
I'll bring my. Listen,
You gotta think about that. If you're staying over at someone's house, you gotta bring your
Just things
moisturizer.
like
I'll bring my
you know,
rucksack.
like, I know what it's like for me when I wake up. My skin will be here everywhere. My eyes are sometimes, like all
Puffy and shit.
congested and stuff.
All that.
So waking up next to someone, you're thinking, is it going to be a bad day? Is it going to be a good day? So you just don't
the
even want to
nerves.
do. So just that stops you from even making that move.
Yeah.
And there's just think about it, like day to day that carries on. The longer you leave it like that, the harder it
Harder it
gets
becomes,
to
yeah.
break that cycle.
But I don't think.
But like he's proven that it doesn't stop you. So
Bro, listen,
I'm just doing
to
something wrong.
anyone out there with any type of skin condition, this guy's proven.
Don't
Listen,
do that.
don't worry about it. He's outside and inside.
No,
I'm
but
saying to you.
a lot of it is psychological,
Yeah.
right? We always
Yeah.
say this. It's always the mental part, and it's also the fact that society has us all in this chokehold that we need to look a certain type of way and be
Yeah.
a certain type of way and have a certain type of to do anything. So,
I told you about my rash and I know how it made
Yeah.
me feel.
Yeah.
And I had to leave work, what I was doing, and I had to go to the emergency hospital because I had to,
It was that deep.
because I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have, so I'm saying to you, those issues. So all of a sudden I'm like, have I got an infection? Like, have I caught something? Like, what is this?
Is it COVID? Do you know what I
It was
mean?
those times as well, yeah.
Do you know what I
I
mean?
had COVID on the face. Yeah, crazy.
And this is the thing, I'm not saying people complimented you, but maybe compliments didn't stop. Does that make sense? Like people that still found you attractive, it doesn't necessarily mean they don't find you attractive, but it's not about them, like you said.
Yeah, it's about-
how you feel. So like I said, compliments don't
Facts.
stop Ari, him, like people finding people to be attracted to you. I'm not saying, it's hard to find man out here because I got the ex.
Yeah,
Not necessarily,
Yeah.
but it's how I feel.
Yeah.
So it's all well and good. You want to
100%.
spend time with me.
Yeah.
How do I feel then?
Yeah.
So you can say, girl, you look at what eczema, what skin this, what.
Because that's
but
what they'll
it's
say
all
to
in the
me.
mind.
They're like, oh, it's nothing. Like, are you alright? Is that what you're worried about? I'm like, no. But when I look at my face, and it's turning, just the yellow. It was the yellow thing for me, and it kept on. And then you know what I'll do? I'll wipe it even more.
Harder.
And then it gets more irritated.
Because what it does is when you wipe it, it actually clicks. For a minute,
It takes a full
It looks normal for a second.
for a second, but you've taken off all that barrier, all that.
And then all of a sudden it starts to dry up again to get me. But for that sec, so then what you do is I'm keeping wiping.
But that's me every morning.
So
I'm
that-
sure, bro. That's us. I say, that's morning when we wake up in a certain morning, bro. Like this little part of my face here, bro. The way I scrubbed that this morning, just trying to, it looked cool for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
That was it. Now you got me thinking, worried. I got to reach for my moisturizer. Peace. I'm out.
No, he's gonna go top up. Don't worry, a little top up. But and that's how. Just so you guys are aware, he's currently off camera right now, and he's applying his makeup. Now he's applying his his foundation. His foundation. You know what I'm saying.
It is a foundation, though, isn't it?
Can I just say
Go
though,
on,
like,
push.
obviously I'm basically at this stage of nearly there, basically healed, right?
You're looking real healed to me.
Thank you. I'm definitely in a lot better stage than I was even 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Even this time last year, even. But I think one thing that I feel like, and I don't know whether we can all agree on this, but I know the majority of us do, is that it's given us such a different perspective on life. And even though psychologically we do this thing to ourselves where we're like, we don't look good and no one's gonna want us and when you're really deep here, and this is what I love. This is probably the only thing that I will take from this skin condition that I will say that I love, that's something that I gained from, and it's the fact of realizing that beauty is so much more than fucking skin.
Yeah.
Like it is nothing to do with like aesthetics is probably like 1% of it.
Yeah.
But let's not forget, as soon as we meet someone that our energies don't collide with, or their values and morals don't align with yours, or their personality is just shit, bro. Are they not ugly to you straight away?
Yeah.
Do you not just wanna be like, "Ugh!"
Regardless, yeah.
Like, and that's really something that's really stemmed in me through going through all of this, is that beauty is so much deeper than like I find beauty in people's knowledge, what they have in their heart, their kindness, like that's what's beautiful to me. I don't love the people that I love because of how they look. I love my parents, my family members that I've grown up with because of how they look. I love them because of who they are, who they are as a person, because of what they do for us.
Yeah.
And for them, not even just themselves, but for everyone else. Like, that's one thing.
I feel like some people are generally, with or without a condition, struggling to find their passion, like what is important to you and what you should be doing, like what gets your heart.
I like your boots.
Thank you. These are the
They're so cute.
Guys, you can't even. You know, she's like, guys, you can't see her boots. Her boots are really nice. So they purple, and the way the light's hitting them, I just looked down. I was like, what you got there? You know what it is? It's like like X-Men boots or something, Storm or something, or Mystique or something.
She has a matching bag.
Yeah, the matching bag. Yeah. But that's what I said. Like, I had to do I was talking to Karishma, and I was like, I had to do the extra today just to get out because I was having some inflammation, and I was like, I have to overdo it. I want people to. I don't want, even if people aren't looking at my face or my neck or my hands, I feel
trying
like
to take their eyes away from
I want
you.
people to look at other areas.
Yeah.
So people were definitely looking at the boots and like, oh, the boots this, the boots that, when I went on the tubes. So I was like, yeah, you focus on the boots so you don't look at me.
Can I just say, like, just while we're talking on the positive vibe, but like, so, How I Met Harriet was 4 years ago on Instagram when I wanted to come off creams and stuff. But then just a shout out to like the work that you've done to bring awareness in this area is huge. And like, then after I met you, then I went to that first meetup we did. And all the kind of work you do in your lives outside of your skin condition, like doing all of that promo work and like, you know, you're doing your stuff, doing modeling and I was like, we already know now how hard it is to just get up out of bed sometimes, but to actually be able to do these things on top of that, it's like you've climbed the Himalayas, like that to me. And then I've taken a little bit longer finding my stride because I've done uni and all of that, but finding that confidence to really get out there and like, you know, putting your face out there in the world and stuff. It's a journey. Yeah. And meeting these guys that day when I met, I was like, you know, you can have kids as well. You think in mind though, like, you know, you can have a life with kids and partner and things like that whilst going through this, and you're like, people are there doing it. And then I'm realizing. What do you think
your biggest hurdle is with it?
With
getting a relationship.
Taking from this is literally like what you just pointed out there. Beauty is within, but you don't realize it for a long time with what you're going through. So it's just breaking that psychological barrier to knowing that I am enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm actually like, people like me for what I am. They
do.
don't see this. And like, just for example, I just want to break that part of me where I can look in myself in the mirror and say, you have like acceptance, basically. Accepting it.
Loving yourself.
And loving
first.
yourself properly.
I know it's very cliche, but you have to love yourself before
anyone else can love you.
I know.
Yeah.
Because and that's what everyone said. It started coming from the insecurities first and stuff. And if the moment you feel good about yourself is when other people can start to at least appreciate for the way you look and sort of.
I'll say when you start feeling good about yourself, one thing that does it what's the word? Radiance. No radiance. It radiates. Sorry, off you.
Yeah.
Radiance.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, when you are, so it does make a difference, 100%. But yeah, feel that way, G.
How many?
Jay,
how
sorry.
many- sorry. How
Feel that
many
way,
people
bro.
affected
You are.
this? But you said so. Wait, you said so. What's that? 100 out of 1,000 then? Because you said it's one out of
It's
10.
1 in 10, right?
Pretty
So,
much.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
do the math.
Yeah.
Quick math.
So
I can't do that right
realistically, childhood eczema should be grown out of. That's what they
Yeah,
say.
that's what they always say.
grow
Grown
out,
out of.
grow out of
Because
childhood
I think
eczema. And
so we need to talk about this. So childhood eczema, that's something that kids go through.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
with it. Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it. Yeah,
Or you could just, like, for example, my daughter had a allergy rash or something like that, and children do
and then it
because
just
they,
develops.
let's be real, you just been brought into some strange world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna go.
You're
through
gonna go
stuff.
through stuff. So my daughter went through something, but I wouldn't say it was
So
eczema.
your daughter hasn't got eczema.
No, she's
Oh,
yeah. I'm thankful that she's not going through the same situation that I am. However, I also think that what makes it more difficult is these doctors tend to just prescribe steroid creams so quickly without allowing the child's immune system to just grow. And that's why I say I don't think I'm necessarily against people saying childhood eczema you can grow out of. I actually feel like perhaps you could. But they prescribe they can prescribe steroids from 6 months, I believe. And I feel like that's not even enough time. Some children don't get chickenpox before 6 months. So you've not even given the immune system, you've not even given this new child that's come into this alien world enough time to even just fight normal things, let alone eczema, let alone allergies, let alone whatever else it is. So I think, and again, as Jitesh and Karishma has already mentioned, unfortunately these steroid creams suppress what the immune system is supposed to
So
do.
if you're giving it to a kid from a start, you're gonna mash them up.
Yeah, you've already mashed them up. Does that make sense? So what the immune system's supposed to do. So it's unfortunate when I see children or babies or children under 5 going through eczema, it does look traumatic. I'm not gonna lie.
So what do they give to kids under 5? What, steroid cream?
Steroid creams, yes, they give them steroid creams. So unfortunately, they don't seem to have any differentiation between what you should be giving children and what you should be giving adults.
This is a lower percentage of steroids, basically, but still steroid creams.
It's still
you give
steroid
adults,
creams, yeah.
I don't. I'm not ignorant of saying, but is this is eczema a big thing in Africa? I don't think it's a big thing.
It actually is a big
it?
thing in Africa, and this is again.
No, tell me.
Yeah, this is
Tell me.
I think this is the trick where people
of the
get caught up in, and that's why again I just love this community, and I love the fact that I created a community online because people have seen me and be like, this is the first time I've seen a black woman with eczema.
No.
I've got people in Trinidad.
Yeah.
I've got people in
Boom, boom.
Grenada. I've got people in Nigeria. I've got going through African and Caribbean nations that have eczema there. And again, people have this stereotype or this preconceived idea. Oh, why don't you go back to Nigeria? Because there are people in Nigeria with eczema. Why don't you go back to Jamaica? Why don't you have the bush? Why don't you have black soap? Why don't you scrub your body? Why
They have the Calabar chalk. You could use the Calabar,
exactly. And we've done that firstly, but secondly, there are people back home doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I've got a group chat on Instagram with people in Nigeria, with people in
sharing tips
and they're going through the exact same thing. So this idea that just go back to your country.
I like what you did there. Go back to your country. That's a dig for earlier.
Is going to heal you or change this and that. And again, every skin type is different. Trini spoke about the fact that when he goes back to, or Studheart spoke about the fact that when he goes back to Trinidad,
don't use the government name like that.
Oh, sorry.
Trini Stud.
When he goes back,
Stud or Stud?
when he goes back to,
Trini.
Pause that one, man. I can't call you stud.
You don't have to. I know.
I'm calling another man a stud.
Exactly.
What are you trying to set me up?
Trini or Stud, not Stud, not the whole Stud.
He said, "Call me stud."
that's because I've known him too long, man.
That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all. But yeah, make sure you cut that government name part out, though. That's what I'll say. But yeah, Stud, Trini, I have no problem with that.
Like Stud spoke about the fact that when he goes back home, his skin increase like. It's easier on your skin, isn't it? Like your
It's
skin,
easier on my skin,
is
but that's-
better.
but
But it's not for everyone because
No,
like when I
exactly.
go back,
I know that.
Extreme climates is not good for me. So when I go back, when it's too hot for me, like 25 degrees is too hot for me.
Oh,
Sorry
yeah.
about everybody
My
else,
sister-
but
my
I
sister's
can't do higher than 25 degrees and I can't do lower than certain percentages as well.
sweating is
Yeah,
also,
so too
yeah.
cold and too hot. So that being said, sometimes the UK is actually quite all right for me. I'm going to be honest. So this idea that go back to your country, go back to Jamaica. I'm not even from Jamaica, but go back to these places is going to heal me. You don't know. You really don't. So everyone has. We just have
Like
to
they
take.
say, everybody's different.
Yeah,
That's just
everyone's
it. That's the
different.
truth of the matter.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. Everything is different. Everything will affect everyone differently.
Obviously, if
And you
knew
just have to
that,
find.
obviously, you would have done that by now.
Yeah, that.
Do you know them ones?
That.
What advice can you give to other people that's suffering that similar, that similar to you, or even just with?
Try not to stress, even though it's hard.
Yeah.
Try.
Learn to manage.
Talk about your mental health.
To manage the stress. You're gonna get stressed no matter what.
Because you know what, the one thing I'm getting from it, stress is the one thing that keeps popping up.
Yeah,
It's
stress
like
is a big
stress.
thing. Yeah,
Stress,
it's the
stress,
biggest
mental
trigger.
health.
Yeah,
I'm getting
Yeah.
a lot of stress and mental
But
health.
the thing with eczema, going back to kind of mental health, stress, and just the mad crazy cycle that is eczema, is that they all play off each other. When I say that, like, so you might not stress anything about your skin, or it might be skin related, but it might not be anything about your skin. It might be child related, or it might be work related because you got a document that you have to hand in or email, whoever. It might be a random thing, but that one piece of stress will then kick in your flare up in one way or another. It might not even be a big flare up, it might just be a little something in your neck or whatever. But then that would then kick in your mental health, and then that would then cause you to stress even more. But then you're back to square one again. You're stressing about whatever you're stressing the first time. Now you're stressing about your skin too, and then it kind of. I don't know. It's a weird cycle that I feel that stress and mental. Well, I say stress, mental. Stress is mental health, but stress plays such a part in eczema because it's such a mad cycle. It might not be skin related, but because of it, it will kickstart your skin situation, and then
So I would say like
that'll just give another layer of.
exactly what you said. It's like it's like a what's it called? It's like a domino effect, basically, essentially.
Yeah.
But this year I've learned like don't be afraid to, like, say for example, if I'm stressed now, just walk
Just
out.
Just talking to your market.
Oh, so yeah, like
cool, that's fine.
if you're stressed in the situation, don't be afraid to just say I don't want to deal with this right now. Just leave, like find your space, find your comfort zone, go do something. Like let that stress down. You don't have to deal with that stress initially if it's going to cause you that much rash. Find techniques to just stop. Like if I'm at work, for example, I'll be like, I'm just switch off for a bit. I'll walk out the shop or something and I'll cool myself down, or I'll think about, so I'll do my thing that I need to do to calm me down and then come back to the space. I don't have to be there dealing with it.
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
So yeah, don't like, you're allowed to be like, to walk away and do your thing. And
Find your de-stressing method.
Basically. And everyone is different, but yeah, you just have the permission to be okay with that. Like, it's fine. Like you've got eczema, you've got extra, you're going to be itchy. Don't be ashamed of it. Go and put your cream on, do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
And breathe a little bit.
And I
a
think,
bit of meditation.
and I'll definitely say like one of the biggest thing is the mind-body healing. Like everyone talks about all the creams you should use. Oh, use shea butter, use castor oil, use this. Not against putting things on your body, but a lot of it is in your body. And not necessarily, and again, when I say in your body, not necessarily diet, because a lot of people go to, in my comment section, everyone's talking about diet all the time, but nobody would know how, like you said, stress, depression, anxiety, how people are dealing with that, particularly those that have skin conditions, how it triggers us. So the mind-body healing, the way your mind can actually heal your body is so important. And trying to get up on top of that is I'm finding is the most important thing.
Yeah, agree. Like, we say stress. So I've noticed recently, like, as soon as something stress happens, my body just starts feeling itchy. And I'm like, that's how, like, that's the trigger. Yeah. And then like, with
that's your sign.
That's your sign,
you.
basically. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so I'm feeling slightly itchy now. Okay. For me, breathing exercises really helped me a lot. Just going back into like, just doing like meditative breathing. Just getting to that slow motion. It's like then you're trying to just control, because when you're stressed, everything's out of rhythm. Yeah. Like your mental cycle, everything in your body's just out of rhythm, and that's what's causing that. And then you just want to bring it back into like basically stability. Yeah. Like have a little bit of stability. So it's a big part of healing yourself.
And I've also said that I put this on my grandma all the time. I say meditation isn't about stillness. Meditation can be anything. I love music, so I meditate to music, and I like to move my body. And it's about freeing your body. It's about freeing whatever else, like bits and pieces, thoughts that are going through your mind, and just freeing yourself to just be in that moment. Basically, ground yourself, whatever else it is. And obviously, once you're moving, you're breathing, you're detoxing, you're getting rid of bits and pieces that need to happen. So I think some people have been brought up in like the idea of yoga being hums and, kind of incense and whatever. If that kind of deals with whatever, if it works, again, I'm not here knocking anything that works, but also meditation doesn't need to be still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be here and now. Like you can start doing it right now.
Yeah.
Do your breathing exercise. Like, I'll just be like,
Yeah.
You can do it
Yeah.
instantly.
And sometimes I meditate on the train. I put on my music. No one needs to know what
I'm
I'm
always
listening to.
meditating on the train. I'm doing breathing exercises while I'm on that journey just to stop that itch.
Do you know what it is for me? And I say this to everyone all the time, like, it's having hope and realizing that TSW is curable and eczema can be controlled. It can be. It takes consistency, and unfortunately it isn't just one miracle product, and it's not just one thing that you do. It does take a lot of things, but just having that hope and knowing that TSW is curable because it's not a chronic skin condition, it's something that you've gained through topical steroids, and then eczema can be put in a controlled state.
Yeah. Wait, TSW is
Yeah.
curable.
TSW is curable.
Elaborate.
I was gonna say that. So TSW is that what you get from using the creams?
Yeah, so because it's just
From not using the creams, yeah.
from not using them. So weaning off of creams, because your body is so addicted, it has to relearn how to
Cure itself or
Be
fix
skin
itself.
again.
Yeah, is that way? Be skin, exactly.
pores again,
Exactly.
do what skin does, right? And because it's, I guess, been put in this state where it's so dependent on
Yeah.
the steroid creams, it doesn't know what to do anymore by itself
Yeah.
because it's been so dependent for a lot
It
of
takes
us
a long
for
time for it
years.
to
Yeah.
relearn.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And,
it's
the
also-
longer you've been on it, the longer it takes.
And again, as we said, like every skin is different. And if you have eczema or you're prone to eczema or sensitive skin, you may have a weakened skin barrier.
Right.
So it may mean that certain things will trigger you differently to other people. Certain materials might trigger you. Certain food might trigger you slightly differently. But like you said, like even allowing your skin, because I think people are so convinced that every time skin shows some type of flare up, it's negative. But actually, but what I like to say is it's slightly a superpower in the sense that your body is showing that outside factors or whatever else is going on, it shows it immediately compared to other
It's
people.
doing everything. in
Yeah,
its
so it's
power
actually
to get back
supposed
to
to
that,
do
right.
that.
Yeah.
But
Right.
again, it's about us being able to have the ability to control those superpowers.
Yeah, I get it.
So it doesn't control us.
But again, with everyday life, you just you
So
don't
up and
balance
down.
and breathe, and it's gonna trigger you that day.
Yeah.
So,
It's like what Harriet just pointed out. Like, when I realized that it can act as your superpower in a way that, like, for example, so when I've had flares, and I know it's because I've been like doing things badly in my life. Like badly when I say
Talk to me. What do you mean?
badly, like going out and
You're not allowed to go out.
Straight-
He's like, damn, I went out. I gotta suffer for that flare up now.
I gotta
You'll be surprised, bro. You'll be surprised. Having a few too many drinks can cause your skin
when I
to...
tell you breathing,
Yeah.
can just set.
Bro, I can
it
have
off.
few too many drinks and
Like for example,
Bro, going
I
back to
used like,
spliffs,
raving
I can
a
have
lot.
too much weed.
Yeah,
And it can cause me a certain thing. It can dry me out.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
give you dry mouth at least.
No, but you know how like cigarettes give you
Yeah,
itself
yeah.
gives you dry skin.
yeah.
Smoking a spliff.
Yeah.
Give me 4 more. I'm not in a good state the next morning, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like I backed off my weed because of that.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like because I just realized, you know what, this ain't
But
great for the mind, but it's not great for my body either.
But some people argue that the weed helps them.
Someone
It depends how you're doing it. Medicinal weed,
smoking
maybe.
actually helps.
Yeah.
But there's one person.
I just like to numb the
Said it
pain.
helps.
Okay? You know what I mean?
I looked at you. She's like, nah, that's just numbing the pain.
Just like,
I feel like it's psychological because there was a patient I met a while back and he used to smoke and he goes, my eczema gets calmer when I have cigarettes. I'm like, okay, that doesn't make sense to me, right?
Maybe, but everyone's different. Maybe,
Everyone's
who
different.
knows?
So like, I feel like that's
true.
de-stress
Yeah.
us.
And it is in the mind as well.
mental,
It is a mental because you could be smoking something or just drinking something or eating something, but because you're telling you, I could be eating a dirty, greasy burger and go, yo, this burger's not good for me. I'm already giving my body like negative, signs that
Yeah, truth.
every bite I'm taking that it's going to a certain part of my body, it's going to give me a bad
the thing
reaction.
about food as well is that like a greasy burger, you know that stuff comes out in your skin anyway.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But but whatever you tell yourself is what's going to actually manifest and materialize.
And I feel like the world, like day-to-day life doesn't give anybody enough time to really sit with certain things that are going on with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Forget a skin condition. So for example, if it is like, okay, I've gone out on a bender and I know my skin's I'm going to be triggered by the amount of alcohol I've drank that day. Life doesn't give unfortunately give enough time for people to just sit with certain things. Like you said, you're going to work, you work, and everything's quite manual. Life doesn't. You said, you know, there are times when maybe your manager will allow you to step out, but let's be real, a lot of the time your manager's not letting you step out. So if you have a skin condition that needs you to have a moment in order to
I'll be honest
regulate.
with you, they're gonna just look at that. When people think of eczema, they just think of school, like that kid in
Yep.
school scratch.
Yeah.
That kid in school.
They trivialize it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your manager's thinking, I can't really. What do you mean your skin like eczema? Come on, it's not that deep, man. Like, and I'm saying that because we don't suffer it.
Yeah.
So up to this point, I don't think I've ever really thought about this in my life. Like,
No, but you say that, yeah. When I tell you I was bleeding, oozing, peeling in front of my manager when I was doing a 9 to 5 fucking retail, never doing that shit again, by the way. When I tell you this woman went to me, take a paracetamol, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah.
That's mad.
People come up with, man. What?
People are so
That's
Right,
desensitized.
like
Generally
literally.
desensitized to most things.
Do you think yes? But do you think they desensitized to it, or like I said, eczema is just seen as just that thing from that thing that
I think people are desensitized
you
as
grow out
well,
of,
though,
or
at the same time.
because I'm sure if there was
Yeah, maybe they might be a little bit more. I get what you're saying. They might be a little bit more kind of empathetic or sympathetic to a child than they are to an adult
but
because
if
they're
that's a
thinking
physical
you're an adult. Do you
disability or
know what I mean?
something that they could,
Physically see.
they could see.
Yeah.
They wouldn't treat. But if you tell me, if I'm your supervisor, you tell me, I can't because of eczema, I'll be like,
Yeah.
eczema, like
But you'd be surprised you can still see eczema, bro.
no, but I'm saying
And people still won't kind of
Yeah.
take it on.
no.
I
but
think
I'm
people are desensitized in the sense that, let's be real, we've seen, like, I'm sure you may have seen videos on Instagram of people in wheelchairs stuck in the overground or
Yeah.
train station. Nobody's helped. They've called the alarm and said, can you help me? They are in a wheelchair and nobody has helped them. People have walked past. And unfortunately,
You know what that is?
London culture too.
you know what that is?
We love a good walking past people and
know
not
what that is?
helping people.
That's because of the Paralympics. Because after the Paralympics, I can't lie. I see that you don't need my help. I can't lie.
Oh, my days.
No,
You're serious about it. You're serious about it.
I'm serious. Because
Not all of them are Paralympics. Like,
Oh, yeah, not all of them Olympians, bro.
they're gonna try to cancel me for this.
I'm never Olympian.
That guy didn't make it to the Paralympics.
No, these are the ones who didn't make it.
That's why they're waiting on the platform. That's why they're waiting on the platform, bro.
I'm gonna help you next time, non-Paralympian.
Oh, dude.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, a bit of jokes, but what I'm really trying to say is, after the Paralympics, I look at disabled people a lot different.
Yeah.
Like, I think before that,
I appreciate that. I do actually appreciate
like,
it.
and I'm trying to say, I don't
bad.
look at them like this. I look at them like abled. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's because you was able to, I would have never, prior to the Olympics, I would have never gone, told me about Paralympic game. I'll be like, well, who wants to watch that? Now, I will happily just chill there. We're watching the Paralympic games. I'll be like, what's going on? The one leg, like, it's interesting. And that's because now I've seen that these guys are mad athletes. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say to you?
I get what you're saying, but I feel like there's one thing to force help, because again, disabled people have said, or let me not say disabled people because anyone could be disabled.
Yeah.
People in wheelchairs
Yeah.
have said, not all of them are asking for help. So if they're in a wheelchair, it's not you to just stop pushing people
Right.
when they've not asked
push
for
one
help.
He's not even trying to go
Yeah,
that direction.
he's like, sir, I'm trying to go the other way. Do you understand? But I'm trying to say, Karishma's just raised a good point. I'm oozing.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I've actually spoken to my manager and said, this
Yeah.
is the issue.
And
So
it's
I
still
actually
not.
need help.
Yeah.
Again, some of the videos I've seen online of people in wheelchairs, I press the button. I need help.
Yeah.
So that's when you help them. I'm not saying force yourself upon Paralympic people that you be meeting. But I'm talking about people that say they need help, that they are genuinely struggling. And we have all been through situations where we've spoken to maybe our managers, or maybe we're struggling to go to school run, or we're running late, and we've actually genuinely said this is the reason, and they've decided to say that what you're saying isn't that important, based on, it doesn't matter whether it's a skin condition or a disability where you are in a wheelchair. They've decided that they don't believe it's a real thing to them. And they've become desensitized,
not important.
to them.
So
To
Jay,
them.
Jay, respectfully speaking, I've seen you've been scratching quite a little bit, but you wasn't as much when we started.
Yeah.
Is that nerves? Is that heat? Is it just a reaction to the things that we're speaking about?
I forced him to drink. So.
She made you drink.
I'm sorry.
No, we had a couple of
Yeah.
calm like the
Yeah.
nerves down.
No, but okay, but can we not forget that just because we're going through this doesn't mean that we can't live life and have a good time when we want to have a good time. Like, we can still drink, we can still go outside, we can still party.
No, I feel like you
don't
can't. I feel like
necessarily-
you know what it is.
Yeah, because you want us to sit there in our freaking
You know
bench
that.
just-
You know the boy. What was that story? The boy that had to live in a bubble.
Oh yeah.
Like
What story? No.
the boy that had to live.
Literally in
But
a
this
bubble.
is what I mean, that we're already going through so fucking much. You're now telling me that when I want a little bit of a drink or I want to party with my friends a little bit, I can't now.
I'm not saying you can't, but if it's gonna.
I'm not saying that you.
If it means that you're gonna
You
be
know what I
scratching
mean?
for, but then it's like
But I would have
it.
that good little time with my
Yeah.
friends, and then because I'm gonna have to
you,
deal with it
you're
anyway.
gonna scratch anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to
Yeah.
deal with it anyway. So let me just deal with it for that week when I'm
Yeah.
fucking.
And again, Jitesh, I'm playing. It might not have been
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fact that I was putting you
but
under
yeah,
peer
just-
pressure. It could have been
Yeah.
anything.
No, it's
Can you
yeah.
come closer? Why are
No.
you so far away?
So I don't know why I was here, but
See, I'm vexed because I'm not even in shot either.
What is it?
I want to come closer, but I feel like I'm gonna get too close.
No.
I'm not like if you get close to you, know.
You guys go. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Get
it's
close.
pretty much like kind of everything you just
I'm in shot now, yeah.
alluded
I'm
on.
in
yeah.
shot.
You've
Boom.
always been a shot. This is just a shot on me. Don't worry, it's fine. Yeah.
But I'm gonna. So
I'm not talking about
see,
that
I'm
shot.
looking at you. So I'm looking at you now. I've been facing this way for a while now.
Yeah.
Now the fact that I just turned my head there just to look at the camera, my skin's already dried up so much around my neck that it just
You need to
hurt.
It's a cream.
Do you need to go use some?
No,
cream?
no, it's cool. I've got my cream with me, but I'm just saying that like just doing that right now
say, join
hurts
it, bro.
because all of this.
Bro, I don't want to see you hurting, bro.
Huh?
I don't want to see you hurting. Join it.
Uh,
Take a step out. Do you want me to pass it to you?
yeah. To be fair,
Yeah, go get some
Yeah,
cream.
no, we're not.
Yeah,
No,
go
go
do
get some
you.
cream. The lights are under. No.
Don't worry, bro.
And the reason why I said it is just because I just
the
noticed.
one that I got from the last.
Okay. Yeah.
Still using that.
Yeah.
Big up every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, community.
What, you plugging Epidem, yeah?
No, we're plugging our community.
Plugging
More
our
importantly.
community.
Yeah.
I'll plug cmos.co.uk.
Yeah. Yes.
So yes, talk to me about
November.
talk to me about November.
Trinity.
Let's go, Trini. Talk to about November.
Trini. So Trini's going to talk to you about November. And on November the 2nd, people, we have a lovely skin edition. Skin, well, I'll restart that and skip that and come back in. Trini's going to talk to you about... Sit down, mate.
I'm saying your cream. You good?
Good.
Good.
So yeah, I'm going to talk to you lot about November quickly. My lovely co-host Jay's going to give you his bit in a bit as too. But so November the 2nd, we're going to be having a men's edition skin conversation meetup. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. All men, any men with any kinds of skin conditions. You're more than welcome to get your bum on the seat and be part of something great. We haven't seen this being done in terms of men. Women are dominating the scene. When I say dominating the scene, women are always free and open to speaking about their problems and their issues, but in regards to skin, men don't do it. In regards to mental health, men don't do it. And we would love for all men, every man with any skin condition to come on down. November the 2nd is going to be the start of something great. It's going to be a great springboard for what 2025 is then going to bring. It's going to be amazing.
Jay,
November the 2nd.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing as well on the 2nd?
Yeah. So as sharing my story as well, how it's just being around men and meeting Trin for the first time, having someone who, relatable, it really helps. So we in this space as men don't have this. So I want to just share my story and say that just speaking about it, it's kind of 50% of the mental struggle, and having a community and a network that understands it. It's massive. So I'm going to be there just sharing my story and hopefully helping people to be more comfortable to talk about this space.
Where are you going to be, bro? Tell me that. That's where you're going to be?
Camden.
So
on November the 2nd,
Yeah.
have we
Yeah.
got time? We've got 1 to 4 p.m. in Camden.
Yeah.
So be there or be square.
Or just don't hear me. That's it.
Or just don't come.
Yeah,
But
no.
it would be great if you could bring a friend.
So guys, talk to me.
Black China, we look to see you there, bro.
I mean, I was thinking I haven't been invited.
Well, you just have.
Freshman invited you
Bro,
already.
bro,
Wait,
bro.
what
I don't
we're not
feel-
going to do is say that you weren't invited.
Did you invite me?
Don't-
Nah, you're there, bro. Look, I'm inviting you right now.
I actually asked, did you? Yeah, and she
No, I
said
don't
she
feel like you
did. Well, I
Do you-
think
Did you invite me?
Do you want to fight on camera right now?
Can I ask a question, Black China?
I just have. I get it. Go on.
Do you know anyone else that has a skin condition? Any men that have skin conditions
In your real life.
in your real life?
Yeah, I know men with eczema like on the elbows and that.
That'd be amazing if you could tell them about us.
Yeah, I'll tell
That'd be real good.
Cool. Yeah, well.
Yeah, I expect you to escort him down there as well.
You know what it is? I'm trying to think of the man them with the bad skin. No, that's messed up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the man them always scratching them ashy brothers.
Bro.
I got a couple of them.
Yeah.
I got a couple ashy ass brothers. You man with the ashy.
I think what we are also trying to highlight is November is also men's mental
Men's
health.
mental health month.
Yes.
So it's
It
not
is.
it's not necessarily about
It's
having
Movember as well, people.
It's also about holding space for men's health and
Yes.
the fact that, as Trini said, men don't necessarily have the space to talk about
They
health
don't.
in general.
They don't.
So
No one
again,
cares about men's health.
It will
All
be
men's-
so
Men
nice
don't
if
care
you
about
can
man's
come
health. That's
and
the
you can
problem,
bring
bruv.
some brothers along.
That's the
Women don't
problem.
care.
You know,
No, men don't care about men's health, and that's the problem. We don't talk to our brothers enough. We don't talk. We don't sit down and ask our brothers to listen to us enough.
How many years are we going to do this? Like, we've
and
been hearing about this for
that's-
years.
that's the issue.
For
How,
men.
what are we gonna say to each other? Oh, bro, how's your
Bro, we need to sit down and just talk.
pause?
I'm not
They're
gonna
gonna
say
say-
No. Listen, I'm not trying to ask about your testicles, bro. But I will tell you now. I will tell you now, bro. If
Go check them.
whoa, levels. But it's a case of we can start anywhere and everywhere. Just like you've kickstarted this whole conversation, I've been able to open up to you, bro. Simple talk, simple conversations, and I haven't had to get nowhere near your testicles. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest.
Stop talking about it.
Sorry, but he said it first.
Basically, we're just trying to put out
I'm just
there
trying to say that we need to talk to each other about our own health, whether that be skin, whether that be asthma, whether that be your eyes, whether that be you can't hear, man, whether that be Jimmy, where your hair's falling out, my dreads are falling out. I talk to people about my dreads falling out.
Yeah.
Why? Because the stress is real.
now.
Because stress is real, bro. Alopecia is real out here, people. But these are the things that I'm happy to talk to people about. Men especially, because we don't. I would happily talk to another Rasta man about how my Rasta hair don't always want to stick to my headpiece. But it's the truth of the matter.
Yeah.
And I'll start there. And I might end somewhere else.
I know it shouldn't have to be. You have to be around people in order to be grateful for the things that. But sometimes in life, it's you take advantage of the most simplest things. And even when I've had little times, I had like I'll see a little rash or something, and I was just like, oh, I don't like it. But I realized nothing's wrong with me, like because I go through my life and I'm not worrying about what you're worrying. I'm putting cream just because my hands are dry, not because my hands are literally drying out.
Yeah.
And this is why I wanted to give the platform, because I didn't understand it, and I
appreciate it. We all appreciate
I
it.
was like, rah, and then obviously as as a black man, when I see other black people that've got it, and and she's like, there's way more people, men as well, and the group is way bigger than myself. I was like, yeah, it's probably something a little bit more different on the man them's voice, but I care about community, I care about family. And ultimately, if you have people that are suffering and not being able to get into proper relationships and whatever, then that affects the family and the community. And if you have men that don't feel as if they're confident enough to lie down with a woman that affects the community and the family. Do you know what I'm saying?
It does, bro.
It has a knock-on effect.
Right.
Because
The ecosystem, so to speak. Yeah.
That are good men that are being X'd out of the the relationship sexual marketplace, whatever you want to call it, for the sake of mental health, because listen, I'll tell you one thing: there's someone for you. Like so every single
amen.
person, there's something person for every single person. But you have to personally kind of get over your your insecurities about.
Yeah.
Because basically you're thinking now for the other person, let her decide.
You're already like blocking yourself.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, but I'm gonna weep, and she might do your dressing just like she had someone to go and do that. And I know in hindsight it's a beautiful thing, you didn't know at the time, but I think we shouldn't be pushing people away that want to, because you have people that are in relationship with people, you have able-bodied people, relationship people in wheelchairs. And
It's true.
and they push, and that you could
It's
say,
so true.
oh, you could leave me. Why do you want to be with my? No, stop asking the person why they want to be with you, and just know that they want to be with you.
Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be.
Right.
You have people that are, majority of small people, respectfully, they don't have babies with small people. They
Yeah, for normal sized people.
normal
Yeah,
sized people.
yeah, or normal, whatever normal is. But yeah.
Especially them guys, they got a big booty. Man, love that.
Trying to reach the top.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
A lot of man got a fetish for the little small people. They do.
The little small people.
Yeah, but what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it's
say,
true.
no, but what I'm trying to say to you is,
It's someone for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
And they're not
200
judging.
pound- what's it? £200 life. I watched that and I'm like, they're all in relationships.
And they're not.
They're all every single. I've not seen one that is single, to be honest. And again, not body shaming anybody, but
Yeah.
that is really the reality.
Fat,
Like,
skinny, tall, small.
There's somebody for everybody.
It's true.
Yeah. And you shouldn't focus on who doesn't want you. Like, no. Why would they want me? Why would they want? No. That's you.
Why wouldn't they want me?
Yeah.
Go
Do you know what I
on,
mean?
Go on,
Yeah.
Sam.
Do you know what I mean?
Go on, Sam.
But even that, it's do I want someone that's like that?
Yeah.
Well, that too. You don't even. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
No.
So you know, it's a thing where that's kind of what I want to put out to you know, and yeah, you know, the friend zone. I mean,
Come out the friend zone.
come out.
Sam.
The
Yeah, I'm
friend
gonna
zone,
get out
man.
the friend zone.
Nothing grows in the friend zone.
Nothing.
Nothing grows in the friend zone.
Bar impatience, bro.
This is not Facebook, man. I don't want to be your friend.
Like, I want to be your friend.
Patience, bro.
Like, you know. So guys, what's the future looking like, man? Talk to me. So
Future is meetups.
Yeah.
Mention it. Sorry.
Yeah, so
Mention it, people.
for too long
That's what it
now,
is.
we've been talking about men's health and this and that. Enough talking. Start doing.
Amen.
Come out, speak, and let's grow our community, be positive, and help other people around us. That's it. We're gonna only since I met this group, only positive things are happening. You know, I'm here on my first podcast show,
Yes,
doing my first podcast.
Well,
Come
Thanks
on.
to you. So
no, like,
appreciate. Thanks to these guys as well for having me as well. So I'm doing, doing new, good, positive things. So yeah, this is only the start of something great.
and I like the fact that this is your first podcast. I like the fact that you're getting to speak about something that's, you know, very close to your heart and something that you're going through. When we create a platform, you can choose whatever you want to do with your platform.
True.
People put whatever they want to put out, but at the same time, I think like the whole idea is that you guys are suffering through something, and just being in this room right now, I can't say I feel your pain because I don't go through it, but I don't want to go through it. Like, I can sit here and say I don't want to.
We don't want anyone
like,
to go.
but I'm saying like I'm great. I'm gonna go home tonight. and
Grateful that you got good skin.
yeah, like, do you get me? I don't. See what I'm saying to you? I'm grateful because you know.
Gratitude is important, bro.
You don't want to sleep on health, generally.
Yeah,
Don't.
like,
On health,
you don't want
yeah.
to sleep. And it shouldn't be the fact that, the absence of someone else's health. But let's be real. If you didn't appreciate walking and stuff, go chill with some people that haven't got the
Yeah,
legs,
it's
and then
true.
you'll be like,
It's
damn.
true. It's true.
Like, you'll
It's
be
so
like,
true.
Every single day,
It's so
they
true.
just wish they could have your legs.
True.
Like, you know, and you walk around every single day and you take for granted the fact
do.
that
100%.
you can use your legs and you can walk around and you don't have to be waiting on top of a lift or going into the Paralympics in order for people to look, you know what I mean? Because that's the reality of it. So yeah,
very
Chris,
true.
what are you talking about? What's the future looking like for you? When you gonna get yourself a man, little pretty thing? When you gonna get yourself a man?
When I find someone worthy.
Wow.
Jeez.
100.
What are you
Snap,
looking for
snap.
in a man? What are you looking for in a man? Tell me.
This become dating show now.
Worthiness.
Yeah, I was just
Do you know what it is? Because the pod, when it goes out, man will be like, oh, I could do that.
Oh yeah.
Man will be like, okay.
Okay, what I will tell you is when I see it, I'll know.
Yeah, okay. Gosh, you won't know. When I see it, I know it means anything.
In his opinion.
In my opinion. I got a good opinion. What is the future? Apart from that, what does the future look like?
Honestly, just I didn't even expect to have the community that I have now when I first did this. Like, I really only started talking about my eczema and TSW because it was more so for me to stop hiding, because it got to a point where, because I was doing makeup and stuff and just posting.
Yeah.
To a point where I couldn't hide
How,
anymore.
how generic?
No, well, shut
I'm
up.
joking. No, I'm joking.
I couldn't. Well, no, to a point where I couldn't hide it anymore. Like putting makeup on, you could still.
But I'm not gonna lie, I love those videos, and that was one of the reasons why I followed Karishma in her journey. I was like, listen, she's out here, she's doing the whole MUA thing. Why not? Like, what, you know?
Because
Because at the end of the
eczema
day,
can still wear
yeah,
makeup.
yeah, and there are also like, you know, makeup
That's
brands.
why your makeup looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh, your face beat good. I'm giving you a compliment.
Years of learning and skills. Don't do that.
God.
But yeah, no, honestly, just I didn't even think I'd get a community like this. So just maybe, if anything, just building the community, building the meetups that we do, helping people from all age ranges. Like I deal with parents and their children to people in their 60s, 70s. Like there's a whole, I think people just class it in our age range, but we actually, I think all of us deal with people from all different aspects of life, different cultures, and just growing that and making people understand. Like if I could make just even a handful of people not want to put themselves 6 foot under, that's more than enough
Amen.
for me. But if I can build this into a big community where we can start doing this actively, monthly, like doing meetups, building a community, like having people just understand that there's a lot more to life than what they're dealing with, and they can still do life. Yeah. And maybe a skincare product or two. So
Jeez.
Yeah,
Come on.
I can see that. Okay, entrepreneur, I see that. And you do so much anyway. You've done so much anyway. So what's the future hold? What do you want to? What's the next plan?
Prime Minister.
Yeah, I think similar to what I'm definitely echoing what Jitesh and Karishma have said in the sense that just continue to build community. Like I think our meetups are so important. And again, I never started this community for myself.
Yep.
I definitely felt like if I can help one person, and particularly one person that may look like me, a dark-skinned black woman, dark-skinned, let me echo that, because
Why has that got to be important for you? Go on,
it's so important because
underrepresented.
when we're talking about beauty on a whole, particularly influencers, the dark-skinned woman is at the bottom of the pile, even in regards to influencer pay. Because I don't know, some people may already know this, but when people are like advertising certain brands or certain products, it's just important to know that our white counterparts a lot of the time are not getting the same pay as we are, and it's just solely on the fact that not only am I black, but I'm a dark skinned babe. I've always been a dark skinned babe.
Dark skin babe.
I've always been a dark skinned babe, yes. And
we call you chocolate darling.
yes,
Jeez.
there you go.
We call you
Tell her how it is, no man.
You know, and it's also the preconceived idea. Like when people hear about steroid creams, unfortunately, people only, especially, and you know, you raised a good point about like back home, like in Africa or the Caribbean, people think steroid creams are for bleaching. So some people have said to me, some people have,
Bleaching.
some people are, oh, you're bleaching, and I'm like, if firstly, I've always been dark skinned, so clearly the bleaching isn't working.
Next level of dark, he just kept on. His layer just does a blacker version.
You understand? It's only increased. But secondly, it's like a lot of the videos I put out, I've tried to educate you. I've already told you what the steroid creams are for and how I've come to it's kind of come about. So again, that for me is so important. Like the continuing the meetups, like bringing people out that feel like they're in the shadows is so important. Bringing people out that feel like they never have the opportunity to be out. Like breaking the stereotype on this idea that like there's a certain type of aesthetic that is allowed to come out as well. Like, oh, Harry, you're always out. Like you can be the skin girl out there. Like you can all be out here. Like you know, there's space for all of us. Firstly, and then also secondly, like just breaking that, like breaking, because it's hard, like breaking into like representing for the black and brown women, men as well, but particularly the women.
No, that's cool. You're a woman.
Can't represent for the men. You're a woman.
There are some women. There's some men that are like, well done, you like dark skinned men that also like, you know.
So what
Yo, my guy.
from you, man?
Yeah, likewise, echoing everything that's what I'm saying. I'm going to start by the Trinidadian motto, which is together we aspire, together we achieve. And I feel that's exactly what I feel we're trying to do here. The four of us, we are missing a member, but just trying to aspire more people so that we all can achieve greatness for the community. But yeah, me personally and collectively, I'm definitely all for it. Meetups, trying to be that guy like you are the girl. I say the girl, but like trying to be that girl for the dark skins and black girls. I'm trying to be that guy for the black guys. Just trying to get my face out there. My face has already been out there, but you know what I mean, more. Trying to get in.
No, definitely, this is definitely.
Trying to be more acting. Trying to do more acting. Trying to do more modeling, all that kind of stuff, and let the eczema kind of just be. Let people know that I'm about it. Whatever I'm doing.
Let people know where they can find you.
All my socials are Trini Stud, so TRINISTUD.
Harry, let people know where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Eczema with Harry. So Eczema with an HARRRII.
And where's that on?
That's on Instagram and that's on TikTok too.
Okay. And Chris, where can they find you?
On Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, it's Krishy. That's YAS, it's Krishy.
And last but certainly not least, back to my guy Jay. What's going on?
Get it? Yeah, so my tag name on Instagram, you can find me on Jitters. It's apparently my given Jamaican name. Actually.
Who gave it to you?
Bang, bang.
And if I try and be Jamaican, it's like, Jitters. So
I said my given Jamaican name. I love that. That's the first.
that's my neighbor. That's my amazing
Nah, nah,
neighbor.
nah.
Shout out to Lee. I'm gonna get you to watch this at some point. So he's a really nice neighbor of mine. He's half Jamaican, so he just goes every time he calls me out. He wants some help in the garden or something. He's like, "Oh, Jizz, come outside." So that's
so Jitters on Instagram.
JITERZ,
Yeah.
and then Jitesh. That's gonna be my long full passport government name. Find me on Jitters and then I'll tag
Jitters,
you.
don't worry.
Do you know Jitters on gram? Jitters on gram.
Guys, man, I want to give a big thank you to my guests, man. Big up to Jay, big up to Kisha, big up to Harry, and big up to Trini Stud. Guys,
Appreciate
my name
you.
is China. I'm the Man's voice, man. To all the Eczema community and what do we call it's the SW what?
TSW.
TSW.
Yeah, TSW. Yeah,
Shout out to the Warriors.
yeah, shout out to
TSW.
the TSW. Shout out to all the why is it?
all blurry,
Wipe
I
your
know.
lens, man.
I know, right? I know. I saw it. As I put it up, I was like, whoa.
Black enough as it is. Turn me into mud.
That's better.
Just
Oops,
smudge.
wrong way.
Guy, man. Big up all the TSW. Big up all the gang members. Shout out to you, all the gang members out there. The tribes members, everybody out there. I want a big thank you to my guests. To everyone that's suffering eczema, any skin conditions out there. You can clearly see there's a community out there for you. You are not alone. You are not
You're not alone for sure.
And the idea is that I use my platform to highlight things, and I care about the community, and these people are within our community, and we don't want to alienate them, and we want to highlight the story. So my name is China. I'm the Man's voice. Give a big thank you to all of my
Thank you. November the 2nd, we'll see you there.
Make sure you like the video. Like I said, drop comments. I read all of the comments. Keep them clean, because if it's not, I will clap back. I got my mod on the left, and she will put you guys on timeout. She'll put you guys on timeout. Guys, please turn notification bell so you never ever miss an upload from me. And go check out all of my content. And if you're really in your bag, then hit the $sign. My name is Shannon. We are out. Back.
Hey.